Let's get to it. There's a lot I want to get to tonight. Let's get to it, right? Let's get to it. There's a lot I want to get to tonight. Give me my microphone. I didn't actually catch it. God damn it. It flew all the way over here. All right, let's get to it because tonight the New York Knicks are taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Welcome back, everybody. Let's get back into business here tonight to watch the New York Knicks take on the Dallas Mavericks. And I got a lot I want to talk about because tonight's an important game to me, and I hope it's an important game to the Knicks. Jalen Brunson is making his return back to Dallas, and yes, of course, this is his second time playing Dallas again, because if you remember his first year here with the Knicks, after initially leaving Dallas, he was injured during the game in which they went back to play Dallas. So he didn't get to play him his first year. The second season, last season, Jalen Brunson tossed up a clunker up against his former team, and Kyrie Irving, in a similar situation tonight, put the team on his back without Luka Doncic in the game. We all thought, oh, okay, well, tonight's going to be the night Jalen Brunson's been playing his butt off. He's going to come out. He's going to attack the Dallas Mavericks. He's going to take a right to Kyrie. And it went the other way. Brunson really struggled. Kyrie showed out, and he put the Dallas Mavericks on his back. They ended up being the Knicks that night. I need Jalen Brunson to have a little bit of malice in his heart. I need him to have some aggression, some hatred. I know Jalen Brunson's not a hatred kind of guy. I know he don't really have a ton of harsh feelings about how everything ended up in Dallas because, of course, everything worked out the way he wanted it to work out. But let me tell you something. I need JB to come out like this team got rid of him. Like they threw him to the trash. Like they don't respect him. That's how I need JB to come out tonight. Because tonight we're taking on the Dallas Mavericks, and the Knicks are coming off an absolute beatdown yet again. Harkening back to last season, of the Denver Nuggets. Beat them down in their own building. Embarrass them. If you guys weren't paying attention to the national media the day after, yesterday, all day, they were talking about, well, something got to be wrong with Dallas. Because how does that happen? And there was a little bit of talk about how great the Knicks actually were that night. And yeah, there is something wrong with Denver based off of that performance, but there's a lot going right with the Knicks. And hopefully that loss to the Utah Jazz was a wake-up call to them. And they continue to show out here tonight. They're winners of, I believe, 7 of their last 10. They're figuring things out. They're 3 games over 500. They could be 4 games over 500 tonight. They're 10-7 on the season, 17 games in. And of course, I did say earlier in the year, in preseason and earlier in the season, I did say, give it 20 games. Give it about 20 games, 20 to 30, and we'll figure out where the team looks then. Let me tell y'all something. This team looks vastly different right now, 17, 18 games in, than they did 2 or 3 games into the season. You're seeing it clear as day. And here's another thing. Oh boy, here's the thing I'm saving for last. The Knicks' third All-Star, no, not Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Ogagua, my man, the original gangster Anunoby, has been playing like he's the best 3-and-D player in the league. He's locking down defensively and has a career-high 40 points against the Denver Nuggets the other night. This team's looking real dangerous, especially if the continued ascension of OG Anunoby isn't just a hot streak, and this just is who he is, and then eventually Mikal Bridges figures out his game, and we're getting pieces back like Miles McBride. Ducey made his return to the lineup after missing a couple of games against Denver, and then also showed out against them, 13.6 boards, 3 assists. He was hoping on him. And eventually we'll get back Precious. And eventually we'll get back Robinson. And eventually Shamet will make his return. This team is looking a lot more dangerous. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable about where we stand today than we did a handful of games ago. Even 2 games ago after the Utah loss. Now, we all knew that was most likely a fluke loss, but I need them to continue to prove it tonight. I need it like everybody needs water. I need it like we all need oxygen. It is important for us to pick up a victory here tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. Send a message to the rest of the league. It's not like Dallas is playing exceptionally well this season. either. They've also struggled a little bit to sort of find their identity. They're also dealing with a bunch of injuries tonight, so take advantage of it. You play who's in front of you. Continue to make that statement. All the talk was about Denver. Make sure the talk is about the New York Knicks. Let's keep it going. What's poppin', everybody? Johnny Davis, what's up, my man? K Hazy, Paul Sterling, what's up, Paul? Big Tass, Ricardo, 3GP. I appreciate everybody in the chat early here tonight. Big Tass, Karen, K Hazy, Peter. Dutch B, appreciate all you guys. It should be a fun night. And with Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby in the lineup, I'm looking for them to give Kyrie Irving a hell of a night. Kyrie's gonna get his. He's too damn talented of a player to not get his. But I'm really looking forward to a revenge game tonight. That's what I need. That's what I need for my soul. That's what I need going into the holiday tomorrow, or Thanksgiving. I need to go sit at the table with the family with a big giant smile on my face knowing, oh, the Knicks are coming. The Knicks got something in store for us tonight. I feel very good. I feel really very good. Raymond Jacobs, what's up, Raymond? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Yak, what's up, Yak? He said, can I have a large pasta fagioli? Come on, dog. I would gladly bring that to you. Right after the game. Stick around, y'all. Stick around. AP, what is the chef cooking? We cooking up tonight. If y'all can see, we are all ready to go with the crushed red velvet. It has made its return. Like I said, I believe this is an important game for the Knicks. This is a very important game. This is what, the third game on the West Coast road trip? The fourth game on the West Coast road trip. So you know that the team's a little tired. They're probably a little worn down. The travelings might get to them a little bit, which is why it's important you need to come out and make a statement. Don't let your foot off the gas pedal. You had a very impressive game against the Denver Nuggets. Don't let it get to your head, number one. And number two, continue to build off of it. Mikal Bridges didn't even have a good shooting night, and you put up 145. As soon as this team fully clicks and guys like Mikal Bridges comes around, and of course we get healthy, we get our bigs back, hopefully it strengthens our defense, and our defense will lead the offense, everything will click, and this team will finally be looked upon as a real championship contender. Because everybody right now, they kind of got them a tier below them, and of course I get it, I understand it. They look a little thin right now with all the injuries that they dealt with, but they're on their way. They're on their way. Grimes is starting. Is he starting? I thought he was out sick. Actually, I think it was questionable. They'll show us the starting lineups in a second, but either way, Quentin Grimes had his opportunity to play well against the Knicks. He is in the starting lineup. It's Kyrie Irving, Quentin Grimes, Najee Marshall, P.J. Washington, and Derek Lively also makes his return to the lineup. He was also questionable coming in. And the Knicks with their usual starting five. Also, McBride is ready to go. Campaign is ready to go. We'll see what we get from Jericho Sims tonight. This is my water. Quentin Grimes had his opportunity to play well against the Knicks last season when he was traded to the Pistons. And I get it, it was the Pistons, but he also had some decent looks, and he didn't knock them down, and he played very terribly against the Knicks. And so we'll see maybe if he has some revenge on his mind here tonight, especially being in the starting lineup. Maybe he's thinking it's his opportunity. I loved Quentin Grimes when he was here. I was disappointed in some of the comments he made on his way out the door. Lack of professionalism may have ended up being his downfall for his Knicks tenure. Lively's a good defender. I'm interested to see how he tackles this Karl Anthony Towns matchup. Kinahara, what's up, Kinahara? Yak said Dallas has some illnesses. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And some of the guys with the illnesses who were questionable coming in tonight are playing. So we'll see if maybe they're a little bit lethargic coming out tonight or if they're ready to go. Kinahara said, there we go. We got the suit. Gotta go bet Knicks. It is a big night tonight. It is a real big night tonight. So we had to break out the suit, of course. We had to get all dressed up for our New York Knicks. Shout out to Clyde Frazier. Huge inspiration. Constantly trying to pay homage to our guy, to our legend, our living legend. Dallas is starting. I don't know if I went over it. Dallas is starting Kyrie Irving, Quinn Grimes, like we went over. Najee Marshall, P.J. Washington, and, of course, Derek Lively, who we just talked about making his return here tonight. Up for the tip. Lively wins the tip. And Kyrie will bring it down. Being guarded by Josh Hart. Oh, no, that was Najee Marshall, excuse me. Marshall on the right wing being guarded by Hart. Gets it down low. P.J. Washington against Anunoby. Puts up a righty hook. Way off, can't get it to go. Great defense from OG. Towns with a big, strong rebound. Here comes Bridges, bringing it down against Kyrie. Just taking it right to the basket. There we go. Fall away jumper. In the paint. Gets it to go. Love to see it. That's one way to start it, my boy. That's one way to start it. Kyrie bringing it down against Bridges. I hope Bridges is looking to lock in tonight. We need a good defensive masterclass from Mikal. Najee Marshall out of the corner. Can't get the three to go. Brunson with the rebound. Quick hit ahead to Josh Hart. I like the intensity the teams come out with as Josh Hart goes right to the basket. Can't get the shot to go. Josh Hart's upset with a foul. Where my foul call at, ref? Najee Marshall pushing it the other way. Kicks it out to Kyrie. Back to Marshall. He's going to line up yet another three over Josh Hart. Comes up short again. Brunson with the rebound. He's bringing it down. Brunson has it up top. Being guarded by Grimes to start. Now Kyrie switches on to him over to Towns. They throw it over the top to Bridges. He's got Grimes on him. Bridges, and the ball got taken out of his hand from behind by Lively, and they end up tying it up. Y'all got to spread it out more. Got to spread it out more. Big Rud on the Twitch side. What's up, Big Rud? Keenan Harris said, did you see the nice pic of Clyde with the fine hat on the subway? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Dallas wins the tip. Here comes Marshall. Marshall over to Kyrie. Kyrie on the left wing being guarded by Brunson on the switch. Jab step, pump fake, jab step, swing through to his right, driving down, kicks it out. Washington pump fakes, driving to his right, comes down the lane, and a beautiful drop-off pass to the big man and Lively for an easy two-point basket. Here comes Brunson. Brunson hands it off to Bridges. Bridges up top being guarded by Kyrie. Gets it over to Brunson, coming to his left off of Towns, screen off ball. Pump fakes in the lane, kicks it out to OG for a three. OG misses his first shot of the game, fight for the rebound. Good box out from Grimes, Lively with the rebound. Here comes Marshall. Marshall doing a lot of ball handling here tonight so far. Marshall driving it down, he's gonna pull it back out to Grimes. Grimes catches and fires over Brunson, can't get it to go, fight for the rebound. OG Anunoby does a good job of knocking the ball loose out of Lively's hands. He had positioning for the rebound, and the ball finds its way to Josh Hart. Towns up top, looking to get it to somebody, and he's giving out directions. I like to see the aggressiveness from Towns. Tell Brunson where to go. Let everybody know. Out the Bridges. Bridges on the left wing, dancing with it now. Now they feed Towns in the post. He's got Washington on him. Oh, nice over-the-head pass to Mikal Bridges, who cut back door, and he lays it up and in nice and quickly, and I love the chemistry building between those two. They really got something going there. 4-2 early, 9:30 to go. Irving up top gets it over to Grimes. Grimes over to Lively. Lively up top being guarded by Towns. Looking for a handoff target. Can't get it to him. Tried to hit the backdoor pass to Washington. Towns does a good job of getting his hands and feet in there, knocking it away. I believe they call it a kickball violation. So the ball will remain with the Mavs here. And they come back in off the inbounds. Kyrie with the three, can't get it to go. And they hit ahead to Josh Hart. Josh Hart feeds Bridges in the post against Kyrie. Kyrie trying to poke at it. Now Bridges has him, backing him down. Now fall away. Comes up short. We need a little bit better shot than that, but I like that they're feeding Bridges early on the mismatch against Kyrie. I like it. Quinn Grimes, quick crossover to his right. Tried to feed the pass to Lively. Brunson got his hands over there. Towns comes up with the steal. Here comes Brunson, bringing it down now, coming to his left. Now crossing over to his right, gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Josh Hart. Extra pass to OG. OG out of the right corner, gets blocked by Washington. OG chasing it down, picks it up, kicks it out to Brunson. And Brunson's going to slow down a little bit. Over to Towns as the trailer, straightaway three. Can't get it to go. Fighting for the rebound. Bridges got his fingertips on it. But here comes Lively off the rebound over to Marshall. A little chaotic to start from both sides. Not a lot of whistles being called. Actually, no whistles being called. No fouls yet in this game. Kyrie driving to his left, puts it up off glass. Can't get it to go. Lively with the rebound. Josh Hart knocks it loose. But Marshall picks it up. Full head of steam going downhill. And he stops short and knocks down a floater over Brunson. Smart move from Najee Marshall not to pick up the charge there, and we're tied at 4. 2 for 7 for the Knicks and 2 for 8 for the Mavs. Brunson bringing it down, hands it off to Bridges. Bridges coming to his left. Now back to Brunson. Brunson over the top to Towns in the post. He spins quickly towards the baseline. Attacking Lively. Gets blocked by Lively, I believe. And the ball is loose. Here comes Kyrie. Hit ahead to Marshall. Marshall over the top to P.J. Washington. Towns does a good job recovering. Washington spins in the paint, goes up, picks up the foul, and knocks down the floater over Towns. Towns, you got to get your hands out of the cookie jar, brother. P.J. Washington's going to go to the foul line for one more. Keenan Hart said, I knew Lively was going to be tougher on Towns. Lively's a good defender. He is a good defender. Towns should still be able to take advantage of that matchup, though. AB said Brunson needs to get a win in Dallas already. This would be his first one in his third attempt here. Lively does sub out here. Pretty early in the game. I don't know how regular that rotation is. Kleber is in the game, interestingly enough. Not Gafford. Is Gafford out, hurt, or sick, or something? Washington misses his and one free throw. Towns with a good, strong rebound. Josh Hart bringing it down, attacking Kleber, goes right into him, misses the shot poorly. Bad shot attempt from Josh Hart. Outlet to Quinn Grimes, who's going to drive it down and hit the reverse layup over Towns and Brunson. And then Bridges ended up fouling Grimes on the layup attempt, and Grimes is going to go to the foul line for one more free throw. So 2 straight and ones for the Dallas Mavericks here. RPX, what's up, RPX? Susan, what's up, Susan? What's up, Mark? Decade, what's up, Decade? Grimes does knock down his free throw, unlike Washington. So now Dallas with a 9-4 lead. Helter-skelter play to start from both sides, but Dallas starting to find a groove and a rhythm here. Josh Hart has it up top, being guarded by Marshall. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson, swing through to his left, driving it down. He's got space, stops, turns, fall away jumper in the paint. Gets it to go for Brunson's first shot of the game. 9-6. Let's start stringing together some stops and scores here, Knicks. Marshall up top. Driving to his right, tries to Euro step down the lane. Kicks it out the last second to Grimes on the left wing. Grimes continues to miss fires from 3 against the Knicks. Can't get that one to go. Anunoby with the rebound. Here comes Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Grimes. Quick crossover to his left around the Town screen. Pulling it back as Kleber steps up to guard him, and Brunson step back 3, can't get it to go. Anunoby tips it up again. Fight for the rebound. Josh Hart knocks it out of bounds. It's going to go back to Dallas. And the Knicks are fighting. The Knicks are definitely fighting and playing well here. The offense is just a little helter-skelter right now. They gotta bring it together. Almost halfway through the first quarter here. It's 9-6. Neither side really has anything going consistently. Ricardo, what's up, Ricardo? I like Sheffy's enthusiasm calling the game tonight, unlike yesterday. It's a little bit different when I got a vested interest. You know what I mean? We'll get there. We'll get there. If you guys don't know, we did a game last night. We did Houston versus Minnesota. We came together, watched it. I did the commentary for it, the play-by-play. And that's something that I'm going to be looking to do a lot more often, right? It's obviously not going to affect any of the Knicks content. Never will. Knicks are always the main priority. But on days where the Knicks don't play, I'm going to be sprinkling in and scheduling in games from other teams as well. Just because I'm watching these games anyway. I'd like to go around the league and watch full games of these teams when they're not playing the Knicks, just to get a feel for how these teams play when they eventually do play the Knicks. It also helps, right, generate more content for the channel anyway, and more content's never a bad thing, right? Daryl Ramsey, what's up, Daryl? The Knicks are getting ready for the Celtics. Whew. The Celtics, they just got Porzingis back, so they may be going on a big old run here. Thankfully, the Knicks don't have to play them for a little bit more time. But that's a matchup that just got tougher last night with Porzingis coming back, and he looked good, man, and he looked good. Veridify, what's up, Veridify? Very glad we don't have to hear the word Luka. Yeah, Luka has historically had a pretty crazy games against the Knicks. We'll leave it at that. But, you know, last season they had some success on him the one time they played him. But again, it was just one game in New York, so. You know, I'm actually interested to seeing that matchup a little bit more now that we have OG. I feel like OG is a good candidate in terms of like who's the best player in the league to guard Luke on a consistent basis. I like our chances with Anunoby. Eugenio, what's up, Eugenio? AP said, I don't think the Knicks can play with Boston yet. I don't think anybody can really play with Boston. I think the only team with a real chance right now, the Thunder when healthy, and the Cavs. And the Knicks got a lot of work to do in order to get there. Do I think they can get there? Of course I think they can get there. But we'll have to see how the season plays out. They're making great progress right now. Kinhara, the Celtics killed the Clippers with Porzingis by 34. Yeah, they did. They looked damn impressive doing it. They were already difficult to deal with before. And now they just added a 7'3", sharp-shooting big man who's also one of the best rim protectors in the league. So, yeah, the task just got a lot harder. All right, here we go. Let's see if the Knicks can find any consistency on either side of the ball, really. Marshall over to Kleber. Kleber up top being guarded by Towns. Hands it off to Irving, coming to his right, being chased around. Irving, wild pass, saved by Marshall, driving it down. Ball knocked loose by Anunoby. Ball still loose. Bridges dives on it. The ball's still loose. Marshall picks it up, puts up a righty floater, and he gets it to go down. So all of that, fighting for the loose ball, and the Knicks don't even end up with it. And worse than that, they end up with an open floater for Najee Marshall. He's been fantastic so far to start this game. Josh Hart hands it off to Anunoby. Anunoby over to Towns. Towns hands it off to Brunson. Brunson on the right wing, dancing with it against Washington. Stops, turns, half spins. He's in the paint, kicks it out to Anunoby. Quick crossover to his right, putting his head down. Stops, turns, fall away over Kleber. Too long, can't get it to go. Kyrie with the rebound. And Dallas is playing excellent defense so far. The Knicks need to do a better job of incorporating Towns as well. Washington has it attacking Towns. Scoop layup with the right hand, gets it to go around Towns. Towns already has the one foul. Couldn't be too aggressive there in that situation. 13-6. Brunson on the right wing, dancing with it. Coming to his left off the Town screen, over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart up top. Gets it over to Anunoby. Back up top to Brunson, being guarded by Washington. Coming to his left, stopping, puts up a straightaway three over Kleber. Way off, can't get it to go. Bridges, nice offensive rebound. And he can't get the little putback to go. Stop fading away when you're in paint. Come on, Bridges, go straight up or go towards the basket. Kyrie Irving has it up top. They throw it over the top to Kleber. And they call a foul on Brunson. Come on, stop holding on to these guys. Come on, Knicks. Soon said the Rockets are dangerous. They are dangerous. We did watch the Rockets game last night. They played Minnesota. They were up by 18 at one point before Minnesota roared back. They're definitely vulnerable, the Rockets team. They're definitely vulnerable. They're not perfect. Cam Payne and Jericho Sims have subbed in. Hart and Towns take a seat. Dinwiddie has it on the right wing. Dinwiddie struggled so far this season. He goes up, gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Marshall. Left corner three for Najee Marshall, and he splashes it. And there's 7 quick points for Najee Marshall. He's outscored the Knicks all by himself. They get it over to Bridges, back up top to Payne, over to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right off the Anunoby screen. Quick crossover to his left, going right into Dinwiddie. Stops, turns, spins, flips it up with the left hand, comes up short, fight for the rebound. We're getting shots we normally knock down, and we're not knocking them down right now. Knicks got to find other ways to stay in this game right now. Kleber over to Dinwiddie. They got to find ways to stay in the game until shots can start to fall. Dinwiddie dancing with it against Sims. Sims doing a good job of sticking with him. Dinwiddie leans, flips it up at the basket, and he gets it to go down. So everything's going down for Dallas, and the Knicks can't convert on the easy ones. Brunson on the right wing. Dancing with it, but Tom Thibodeau calls a timeout. Oh, brother, it might be one of those nights. Knicks need to be able to remain calm. It's 12 points, and the shots that normally go down for the Knicks aren't going down, and some wild shots for Dallas have gone down so far. So the Knicks have to remain relaxed. And like I said, find a way to remain in the game. Don't get discouraged defensively. They've played solid defense for the most part. And Can they get some of the loose balls? Like some, come on. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. They just need to start knocking down some shots. Easier said than done. They need to hit the play better button. They're doing the things they did the other night. Issue is that they're just not knocking down the shots that they were knocking down the other night. So we'll see if that's going to be a consistent theme tonight. Knicks fan, what's up, Knicks fan? Keenan Harris said, Cuban was wrong about JB. Other than that, I like Cuban. I wouldn't say I like Cuban. I don't dislike Cuban, but I wouldn't say I like Cuban. 3GP, my brother, said, take the blazer off, Chef. Yeah, man, we haven't had too much luck with the blazer, man. I believe we're 1-2 on the season with the crushed red velvet, man. They got to turn it around. 25-26 chance. What's popping, my guy? Yak said 14 of Dallas's 18 came from the paint. If it was painted. 6-18. And they're 8 for 15 from the floor, while the Knicks are 3 for 16. They got to knock down some of these shots. They're pretty open. Brunson missed a floater. Towns missed one under the basket. Josh Hart missed a couple going to the rim. Dallas is doing a good job of staying straight up and contesting. There's been some contact they haven't called, but at the same time, it's gone both ways. Can't get rattled this early in the game. Hattie, what's up, Hattie? Ready for turkey with that hat? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will be wearing this hat at the table. Maybe not this hat. Maybe I'll put on like the black hat or something. But I will be having the chef's hat on, because of course I will. Tom Brady's in the building. Tom, what are you doing here, Brady? What are you doing here? Get him out of there. Yvette, what's up, Yvette? All right, here we go. We're checking back in. Come on, Knicks. Good timeout from Tibbs. Calm everybody down. Let's get organized. Let's get an easy one. They get it into Anunoby up top, over to Sims. Sims hands it off to Brunson, coming to his left. Lively's checked back in. Brunson blows past him. Scoop play with the left hand, can't get it to go, but Lively ends up fouling him, riding his hip all the way down. So Brunson's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Okay. Should have converted the layup anyway, though, JB. But we'll take the 2 free throws, just as long as you knock down both of them. Keenan Harris said, I like the New York Giants, no Brady love. I mean, he did help deliver 2 championships to New York. Right? When you think about it that way, as Brunson does knock down his first free throw. It hit the back of the rim. It bounced straight up and rolled around on the rim a little bit, but he did get it to drop down. I was about to go off on you, JB. Please knock down the easy ones, my man. And Brunson comes up short in the next one, and then fouled on by Dinwiddie. No, they call a foul on Lively again. That's 2 straight fouls on Lively. There you go, Jericho. So side out of bounds for the Knicks. It's an 11-point deficit. The Knicks rocking with Payne, Brunson, Anunoby, Sims, and Bridges. Anunoby has it up top. Gets it over to Sims. Sims hands it off to Brunson. They show 2 to Brunson. Brunson pocket pass to Payne. Payne extra pass to OG. Coming to his right along the baseline. Tiptoeing along that baseline. Looked like he was out of bounds. And it's a shot clock violation. And the Knicks doing too much dribbling with their heads down right now. Come on, guys. Come on. Paul Dog, New York City. What's up, Paul? We winning this tonight? They got to get on. They got 0 field goals over the last 3.5 minutes. So they have to start to build some rhythm here in this game. Lively has it up top over to Kyrie. Kyrie being chased by Brunson. And Kyrie gets in the middle of the lane, air ball. No, it doesn't air ball. Comes up very short, and the ball lands right back into his hands as Sims doesn't even pursue the rebound. Come on, Jericho. We were just touting how much better you've been playing. And this may be the third straight game where I don't really notice you. Brunson gets in the lane, kicks it out to a wide open OG, and OG can't knock down the shot. 20-7 right now. Dinwiddie over to Kyrie. Kyrie puts up a three as they go under the screen, and Kyrie knocks down a left wing three. And just like that, guys, it is a 23-7 deficit for the Knicks. Brunson over to Bridges, a quick catch and fire from the left wing. Breaks that one, can't get it to go. Bridges continues to miss fire from three. He's at 30% so far this season. Kyrie steps back for a three, can't get it to go. Brunson with the rebound, he's bringing it down. Over to Bridges. Bridges inside the OG. In early offense, he's got Hardy on him. Stops, turns, spin. He's in the paint, leaves it off for Sims. And just some clunky. Jericho Sims suddenly can't hold on to the ball. He's become Mr. Butterfingers right now as Dinwiddie steps back for a three in transition, can't get it to go. Anunoby with the rebound. Come on, Knicks. They haven't had a field goal over the last 5 minutes. Brunson driving it down, takes the bump in the foul, flips it up at the basket, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. I believe that's the third foul on Derek Lively right now. No, that's Kleber on the foul, on the reach-in from the weak side. But Brunson will go back to the foul line. And like I said earlier, the Knicks have to find a way to hang into this game right now. They've got 7 points with 2.5 minutes left. Like, guys, Dallas is playing very good defense, but you're a very good offense. It shouldn't be this difficult for you right now. Brunson knocks down the first free throw. Hopefully these free throws will also help Jalen Brunson kind of work his way back and build some rhythm here. AP said, I don't think they're winning this tonight. Mitchell Robinson said, no one is taking his job. Did he say that? I love Mitch, man. I mean, no one is. His job is to rebound and be a rim protector. And there's nobody on the Knicks better at being a rebound and rim protector than Mitchell Robinson. Brunson does knock down both of his free throws. Hardy, dribbling it down, mid-range pull-up jumper. Comes up short, can't get it to go. Towns, good, strong rebound. Quick outlet to Bridges. He's bringing it down, 23-9. Hands it off to Payne. Payne catches pump fakes over to Bridges. Bridges driving to his left. Euro steps down the lane, kicks it out to Payne, but they call a foul on the Bridges pass. The last second. Gotta throw that one up at the basket, big dog. Deuce McBride checks in here. Brunson checks out. Towns and Josh Hart also checked in on the previous possession. So the Knicks now with Deuce McBride, Cam Payne, Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, and Josh Hart. Payne has it up top, steps back over to Towns. Towns driving it down. Euro steps down the lane, picks up yet another foul. He's going back to the foul line, and the Knicks racking up fouls here. Shots not going down, but the Knicks are putting their heads down against the basket, trying to make something happen. AP said, this is ridiculous. This thing is just not consistent. No Luka. This team is not winning anything this year. It's now 18 games. Hey, brother, my man, AP, we got to... I get it, man. I get it. It's frustrating to watch. It's going to be a roller coaster all year, my man. Things don't magically come together. It's going to be a roller coaster all year. We got to hold it together. Towns knocks down his first free throw and knocks down his second free throw. Under 2 minutes to go, 23-11. Hardy bringing it down against Bridges. Up top, coming to his left off the Kleber screen. Coming to his right, pulling it back out. Good defense by the Knicks. Hardy dancing around the Kleber screen, goes down the lane, puts up a floater, comes up short, fight for the rebound. Bridges does a good job tipping it out to Payne, and Payne bringing it down. Hit ahead to McBride. McBride inside the Towns. He's got the mismatch. He's backing him down, leans in, drop step, and throws it down with the one hand. Yes, sir, you're too little. You're too little down there. Dinwiddie bringing it down now. Has it up top. Being guarded by McBride. They're trying to force feed it down to P.J. Washington. Now they get it to him. Being guarded by Hart. Jab step, driving it down. Spinning, coming to his right, flips it up. Terrible air ball shot. And Payne bringing it down now. Payne against P.J. Washington. Blows by him. Hesitation move. Driving it down. Scoop play with the right hand. And he draws a foul on Kleber. Yes, sir. The Knicks are getting to the line. They're slowly getting into it. This is what I was talking about. You hang around enough for the offense to start to come around. It's the first quarter, y'all. It's the feel-out quarter, right? Find the ways where you're going to be effective down here. AP said they say the ratings of the NBA is down. I wonder why. Because everybody's pirating the games, my man. They're not making it very accessible to watch them. And people don't want to pay for League Pass. And cable is dying. So people have cut the cord, not paying for League Pass, or I'll just go pirate it in other ways. It is very easy to find online. Campaign goes 2 for 2 at the foul line. Appreciate you, Campaign. Way to knock down your free throws. It's an 8-0 run from the Knicks to crawl their way back into this one. We're under a minute to go. Dinwiddie coming to us right up the Kleber screen. Dinwiddie crossing over on Towns. Slides through Payne and Towns, and I believe the foul is going to be on Payne. Dinwiddie's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 3GP said refs favoring the Knicks tonight. Nah, I mean, they're just being aggressive, getting down low. Good aggressive basketball. Dinwiddie going to the foul line here. Just because one team is getting to the foul line more than the other doesn't mean that the refs are favoring them. It means that they're drawing more fouls than the other team. Dinwiddie at the foul line knocks down the first one. Verify said 2 main reasons the NBA is down. Not enough free games and kids have phones. Exactly, Verify. If you ask teens, majority of them would say that they don't watch full games anymore. They watch highlights after the game is over. Dinwiddie goes 2 for 2 at the foul line. Campaign over to Towns. Towns catches, driving to his left, going right through Kleber, puts up a floater off glass, can't get it to go. PJ Washington with the rebound. He's pushing the other way. It's going to be a 5-on-4 as Towns hit the floor on the other end. Extra pass in the corner to Graham. Graham driving it down along the baseline, turns it over, and no, Bridges, you got to pay attention, man. Now they hit Graham in the right corner. If he knocks that down, he knocked it down. Bridges, are you locked in or not, Mikhail? Are you locked in or not? The ball is loose. It rolls right past you. That's the second, third time that happened tonight. Now the Knicks are back down by 13. Campaign has it up top, 10 seconds to go. Should be the final shot of the quarter. He's going to dance with it. He's going to step back for this 3. Right wing 3. Can't get it to go. Washington with the rebound. Hit ahead to Hardy, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Mikhail just pissed me off to end the quarter there. Are you locked in? He don't look focused, man. That's his issue right now. He does not look focused. End of the first, not focused. That might have to end up being the next YouTube short. You're pissing me off, Mikhail. 25-26, how did that bounce pass get past Cat and Bridges? I mean, a little less on Cat because Cat was kind of there defending and the ball slid by him because it looked like Graham was trying to get it to Kleber. So I get why I got past Cat. It literally hit its second and third bounce past Bridges. Like, how are you not turning this way and watching your man in the ball? That is literally basketball 101. They teach you that in grammar school while playing basketball. He does not look focused right now. He better lock in. Knicks fans are already upset with Bridges. They're already upset. AP said it seems like the Lakers are the best at it. They get more free throws than any team. I mean, that's the LeBron effect. The LeBron effect. Also, AD, very good at getting to the foul line. Kennard said, look at the NFL red zone. The kids want to see only scoring plays, not the game. Yeah. I mean, the NBA has a couple of issues. They have an attention span problem. They have a accessibility problem. And they also have, I've talked about this relentlessly. I think it's the biggest issue that they have. They have a production problem. Even the nationally televised games do not feel like a big deal. It is the main reason why they created the NBA Cup, was to add fluff and flair to regular season games so people would pay attention to it. That's why they got these crazy painted courts. So when you're flipping through channels or whatever kids do and they're going through it and they're like, oh, look at the crazy court. And they're like, what's going on? Why is the court so different? Because they're trying to create these weird stakes in the middle of the season for people to care more. The issue is the production of it through ESPN, ABC, TNT. It doesn't mean anything. Back in the day, they could just show a game on TV and it's like, that's the game we got tonight. But with an NBA League Pass, where you have access to any game you want, there's no reason to tune into a nationally televised game. That's why the ratings are down. Why would I tune into a Thursday night game when, the Thursday night crew, Charles and Shaq and Kenny, they're not hyping up the game like it's important. They're just like, it's a regular game. Let's get these jokes off. And it's like, cool, I'll watch the NBA, the TNT Tonight Show after, the next morning on YouTube. I don't got to watch those games because they just told me they're not important. They have a huge production problem, the NBA does. Right? Think about the NFL. If you tune into any NFL game, it feels like a big deal. The announcers make it feel like a big deal. The commentators make it feel like a big deal. The players make it sound like a big deal in the post-game press conferences. After an NBA game, what do most players do after a loss? It's just one of 82. We'll get back out it the next day. And I get it. There's more games, so you have more opportunity to get back to it. But they don't make these games sound like they mean anything anymore. And that's the issue. That's the biggest issue to me. All right, here we go. Start of the second quarter. Payne bringing it down. The Knicks with the same lineup of Payne, McBride, Towns, Hart, and Bridges. Payne driving it down. Bad pass. Tried to force it down low on Towns on the roll. And here comes the Mavs in transition. And McBride does a good job poking it loose from P.J. Washington. Josh Hart pushing it the other way now. Leaves it off for Bridges. Bridges, a pull-up three. And he splashes it nothing but net. And above the break three for Bridges. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. My goodness. Back to a 10-point game. Dinwiddie blows by the defense. Scoop layup. Gets it to go over the outstretched contest of Karl-Anthony Towns. But where's the perimeter defense? He had a straight line drive to the basket. Payne bringing it down. Has it up top. Being guarded by Grimes. Payne gets it over to Towns. Towns being guarded by Washington. Towns forces it inside the Bridges. Fall away in the paint from Bridges. Comes up short against Grimes. Falling away too much from McHale. Straight line drive shot there. Didn't like it. Jaden Hardy pushing it. Spins on McBride. Puts it up. Gets blocked, I believe, by Bridges. Good help from Bridges. Towns with the rebound. He's bringing it down now. Karl Towns hit ahead to McBride. McBride jab step. Now trying to pass through Dwight Powell. Good defense from him. Kicks it out to Hart. Over to Towns. Towns fakes the handoff. Driving to his left. Goes into the paint. Takes the contact from Powell. And a blocking foul with Karl-Anthony Towns will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 30-18 right now. Knicks down 12. 25-26, and in the 90s, stars had more personality. There was MJ, Rain Man, The Glove, Grandma Monster Charles. They were household names. Even people who never watched ball knew who Dikembe was. Yeah, I think they also have household names here, but like at the same time with social media, like think about if Jordan played now. Like he wouldn't be able to be the personality that he was back then. Like you know how crazy social media would get with how crazy social media would be with with Michael Jordan going to the clubs and going to the casinos after games. Like, dog, these guys can't do that. They'll lose brands, they'll lose sponsorships. Everything is publicized. They can't be outside like that like they used to be. They can't have personalities like that. Towns knocked down both of his free throws, 30-20. Dinwiddie leaves it up top to Grimes. He's wide open, a straightaway three for Quinn Grimes, and he splashes in nothing but net. And the Knicks are not doing a good job now communicating defensively. They're not sure if they should stay or switch. And Quentin Grimes takes advantage there. The Knicks are 1 for 9 from 3 on the game. Campaign coming to his left off the Towns screen, pulling it back, feeds Towns in the post against Washington. He's going to back him down, stops, turns, drop step, righty hook, and he just misses, blows a wide open righty hook off glass. Those are the easy ones that we're not knocking down tonight. Grimes bringing it down, leaves it off for Dwight Powell, who hands it off to Washington, who gets bumped by Josh Hart. We're under 10 minutes to go now. Karen said they used to hype up rookies coming out of college also. Yeah, also when you watch the draft, like they know who the first pick is. They may know who the first top 5 is. They may have heard the names of the lottery guys, and then after that, they're like, I don't know who this guy is, but he looks like he's good. It's like, come on, man. Y'all just don't know anything anymore. Dinwiddie has it up top, coming to his left. Hang dribble, leans in. Kicks it out Washington in the right corner. Hesitates, now puts it up and knocks down to 3. And Dallas is moving and grooving, and the Knicks look like they're stuck in quicksand right now. McBride over to Towns. Towns Hit Payne, cutting back door. Pump fake, slips and falls, but saves it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart coming down, flips it up off glass, can't get it to go, and the Knicks are just missing layup after layup after layup tonight. Grimes going all the way as Anunoby slipped and fell. And now it's an 18-point lead. And a timeout from Tom Thibodeau yet again, 38-20. Kay Hazy said this is so sloppy, very sloppy, very sloppy. The Knicks are slipping and slopping all over the floor right now. All over the floor. Birdvice said everyone likes Inside the NBA. Yeah, but they don't like, they like the show Inside the NBA because they're funny and they roast each other. But nobody's going to Inside the NBA to listen to their basketball analysis. Ain't nobody give a damn because they don't really give any. That show is hilarious, and people like the personalities on that show, but they don't watch it. Like, if they did Inside the NBA, and there was no basketball game on before, like, they just aired Inside the NBA on a Friday night. TNT didn't even have a game that night. They just aired it at 11 after all the games, or 12 after all the games were over. People would still tune in to watch it, because people care more about the personalities of seeing Shaq, Charles, Kenny, and Ernie interact with each other. Because they have that camaraderie after years of doing it together. Yak said Mavs don't win many without Doncic. I feel like they do. I don't know what their record is. But I don't think it's that bad. Let's see. Where are we? Here. They beat the Hawks. They lost to the Heat. They beat the Nuggets. They beat the Pelicans. They beat the Thunder. I'm pretty sure all of this is without Luka. When was the last time Luka played? Yeah, all of these games are without Luka. So they do actually win majority of their games without Luka. Just literally looking at their last couple of games. Carl Jean-Baptiste. What's up, Carl? Looks like our squad is ready for Thanksgiving and not fixing to get this W. Lock in, fellas. Yeah, they got to lock in. It's a disappointing performance, especially coming off the Denver game. Right? I knew it was going to be a battle. I wasn't expecting a blowout coming into tonight, but this team is missing chippy after chippy after chippy. Oof. Vertify said if the Pistons could beat the Rockets, why did Minnesota lose to them? Because Minnesota has no identity, my man. They got no identity right now. After watching the game last night, they don't know who they want to be. They don't know what style they want to play. They don't know each other's tendencies yet at all, like not even close. Like we think the Knicks are a little discombobulated chemistry-wise. Oof, Minnesota is messed up, man. Cardo said, we're like in a roller coaster with this Knicks team. Absolutely, I'm going to continue to describe it that way too. Lose to the tanking Utah Jazz, annihilate the Denver Nuggets, and now this, it's 18 points. It's not a lot, but it's not looking great. They've only got 20 points. About 3 minutes into the second quarter now. I gotta lock in. Lock it again. AP said, I'm sorry, I'm just not a believer in this group. I get it. I get it. They got a lot to prove left. They got a whole lot to prove left. Dutch B said, man, it looks like the Utah game, but let's get it down to single digits. It does look like the Utah game. That's a good comparison. Just slow and lackadaisical, and they can't get anything to go down offensively. Payne has it up top, coming to his right off the screen. They feed it to Towns in the post against Dinwiddie. And immediately Dinwiddie fouls Towns. 9 minutes to go. My timer's a minute ahead. Yak said, national TV, we need to settle down. The Knicks will make a run back into this game. It's 18 points. It's not 20. It's not 28. You know, it's only 18. 18 is very surmountable. Towns has it up top. Gets it over to Hart. Hart coming to his right off the Towns screen. Goes to his floater. Comes up short, but Towns right there for the offensive rebound to put back. Okay. Building something. Dinwiddie bringing it down. Gets it over to Powell. Powell being guarded by Towns. Good denial from Josh Hart, but they get it over the top to P.J. Washington, who stops, turns, spins, flips it up with the right hand, can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound, over to Payne. Payne bringing it down, cross-court pass to Hart. Hart on the right wing, over to Towns, catches it on the run, going all the way to the basket, scoop layup with the left hand. Oh, where is my goaltending call? They don't call it. And now Dallas is running the other way. Cross-court pass, and it just goes out of bounds. Terrible execution from Dallas's side. Refs absolutely missed that goaltending call by Dallas. Cost them 2 points. At least it didn't affect them on the defensive end, though, as Dallas turned it over. Payne bringing it down. Gets it over to McBride. McBride's been very quiet so far tonight. Coming to his left, dancing around the town screen. Cross-court pass to Anunoby. Pump fake, sidestep, left corner three for OG. Can he get one to go? Airballs it. Towns fighting for the offensive rebound, but here comes Kyrie after picking it up. Full head of steam attacking McBride in transition. Scoop play with the left hand, gets it to go. Josh Hart, a home run pass, and Dwight Powell picks it off. Terrible decisions from our Knicks so far. Terrible decisions. Washington bringing it down. Hit Grimes, who cut back door. Kicks it out, and Jaden Hardy's going to reset it. Hardy has it up top, being guarded by McBride. Coming to his left, behind the back, coming to his right now, crossing back to his left. A lot of one-on-one. McBride swats it, but right into the hands of Grimes, who puts it up at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Towns able to grab it. Quick home run pass to Josh Hart. He's bringing it down, throws a lob to OG, and he misses a dunk. It's that kind of night. And then they call a travel on P.J. Washington. Thankfully, the ball is going to go back to the Knicks at least. Hattie, I'm gonna time you out, my man, if you keep telling the future in the chat. Cool it. Cool it. Jason, what's up, Jason? We are not winning this game. We will see. It's not looking good, I'll tell you that. Towns has it up top. Grimes on the switch. He's trying to guard him. Towns is going to take him right down low. Puts up a floater way off. He's looking for the foul. Doesn't get it. And here comes Quentin Grimes. It's been excellent defense from Dallas tonight, and it's frustrated the Knicks offense. And Kyrie Irving's going to shoot a dribble pull-up three over Josh Hart, deep one. Rattles it in. And everything going down for Dallas and nothing going down for the Knicks. 21-point deficit now. Campaign bringing it down. Has it up top. Gets it over to Brunson, who's checked back in. Brunson coming to his left off the Town screen. Dancing with it. Driving to his right. Steps back. Pump fakes. Spins. Kicks it out to Hart. Hart over the top to Towns. And barrels right into Quentin Grimes, and it's an offensive foul. Come on, Towns. That's an easy one. That's an easy one. Francisco Martins. What's up, Francisco? My school team plays much better than the Knicks in this game. Hey, man, if you went up against a Dallas defense that's been this good tonight, then I would be impressed. Mark Avon. What's up, Mark? Well, this ain't going so great at the moment. Yeah, only halfway through the second quarter here. We'll see if the Knicks can build any kind of momentum to cut into this lead here before halftime. Quentin Grimes driving it down, cross-court pass to Marshall. Quick catch and fire from the left wing, and he rattles in yet another three. And now that Dallas is feeling comfortable and confident, all the threes are starting to go down. Brunson over to OG. He's going to barrel right into the defense and gets a foul call. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Mark said, nah, this one's over. I've seen enough. Come on, dog. Come on, man. Keenan Harris said, we got Mr. Hyde tonight. We need some Jekyll. They need something, man. They need something to go their way. Carl said, wow, this is really tough to watch. It's like, where'd it go? Where'd you go, Carl? Said it's like eating turkey with no gravy and no Bev Mad Dry. Yeah, it's a tough watch. It really is. It's a 22-point deficit for the Knicks right now. Like I said, they got to build some kind of momentum as Brunson comes up with the steal. Nice read and reaction there. Brunson driving it down. And now Brunson gets fouled as he was bringing it down in transition. They have to build some sort of momentum to cut into this lead, get it to around 15, 16 before halftime, and then come out in halftime with a different mentality. Hopefully some shots start to go down. But they need a play better button. Brunson swing through to his left, sidestep, pump fakes, now kicks it out to Payne. Payne feeds it right back to Brunson. He's got it in the post against Grimes, faces up, swings through, takes the foul, puts up the jumper, gets it to go. He's going to go to the foul line for one more after picking up the three-point play. Vintage Brunson there. Keenan Hart said, overcooked turkey, white meat, cut too thick, no gravy. Yeah. A recipe for disaster, absolutely. And Brunson rattles in his free throw. Cutting it to a 19-point deficit. Stops and scores. Stops and scores. Marshall has it up top, gets it over to Dwight Powell. Powell hands it off to Kyrie, coming to his right. They show two. Good defense. And then Josh Hart ends up fouling Kyrie. Come on, guys. Way too physical with the defense out on the perimeter. James Sumlin, what's up, James? Ernest Cash, what's up, Ernest? Zero Tolerance Bully Kennel, what's up, Zero Tolerance? Game over, I saw this same nonsense from the Knicks in Utah. I'm really starting to dislike this team. Come on, man. Were we saying that for the Denver game? As Quentin Grimes tries to throw a terrible lob pass, Sims picks it off. Good defense. Hart leaves it off for Brunson. Spins, now driving to his left on Marshall. Stops, turns, spins again. One-legged fader. Gets it to go down. JB trying to put the team on his back and a timeout from Dallas. Trying to generate something. 17-point game. Building momentum, like we said. You're not going to get it all back in one play, but you got to chip away at the lead. It's too early in the game for y'all to be talking this nonsense. Y'all got to be mentally tougher, man. Y'all got to be mentally tougher. Game's not over yet. If we get into the third quarter and Dallas comes out swinging yet again and it's looking like a lot like the first half, then we could say that. But not in the second quarter with 5 minutes left. Like, come on, guys. Come on. They're going to be all right. Kerwin Nixon. What's up, Kerwin? Knicks are going to create more fouls than they score points. Hey, man. Whatever can get them to win. Hattie said, got to get the bobblehead going for Brunson. He does. He does. He is starting, draw fouls. He is starting to get into his bag a little bit. Scored the last handful of points for the Knicks so far. Also a reminder, if you guys are in the stream right now and you haven't hit the like button yet, please go ahead. Hit that like button. It really helps support the stream. Appreciate you guys. It helps spread the stream out to other people on YouTube. Help spread the word, and all you got to do is hit the like button. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Keenan Hart said, yeah, I can't call it over in the first half, but it for sure don't look good. Nope. Although, like I said, one way to get back into it is you slowly start to build momentum, right? You chip away at the lead. You're not going to get it back in one shot. There is no 15-point shot in the NBA. So you start to chip away at it, stops and scores. It's obviously got to start in the defensive end because you can't trade baskets. And they're coming up with some stops. Maybe Dallas is going to get a little complacent here, but you're going to have to take advantage at some point. Carl said, Tibbs got to be brave enough to sit the starters just to prove a point and demand more effort, hold them accountable. Well, it's difficult because he doesn't really have bench guys that he trusts. McBride just came back from the injury. He's been very quiet tonight. And we know Tom Thibodeau he's going to lean on the guys he trusts. And thankfully he is because Jalen Brunson's starting to ball out. It's not like the guys don't know what's going on. There's a reason why coaches don't really do that. There's a reason why coaches don't really do that. It's because these are grown men. They know what the issues are. They know what they need to do to change it. And oftentimes, it's literally just about hitting the play better button and knocking down shots, which is what Jalen Brunson's done the last couple of possessions. Kerwin Nixon said, doesn't look like it will be a big assist night for anyone. Yeah, I mean, the other side of, a big assist night is guys making shots, and these Knicks are just not making shots, right? I think they've made some nice passes here and there, and players have either bobbled the nice pass and were incapable of getting a clean shot off, or they just missed the shot. Here we go. We're back into it. Dinwiddie bringing it down. Has it up top, being guarded by Payne. Gets it over to Kleber. Good to now defense from Hart on Kyrie. Anunoby pokes the ball loose. Kleber goes to pick it back up. Dinwiddie now has it by the half-court line, being guarded by Payne. Shot clock winding down. A dribble pull-up three. And splashes the dribble pull-up three. Over campaign. Very well contested shot. It didn't matter. Everything's going down for Dallas so far. They're 5 for 6 from 3 in this quarter, and the Knicks are 1 for 2. Back to a 20-point deficit. Jericho Sims has it up top. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right. A dribble pull-up three himself, and that one's off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Kyrie with the rebound. He's bringing it down. Kyrie right side of the court. Hesitation move. Pulling it back. Mid-range jumper over Hart. Beautiful move, but can't finish. Ball knocked loose. Out of bounds on Jericho Sims. Looked like it should have been off of Lively. These refs, I don't know, man. I don't know if someone took their contacts before the game started, but they're missing some obvious ones, man. They're missing some obvious ones. They missed the goaltending call. Now they're missing the out-of-bounds call here. Kyrie's going to inbound it. They throw it over the top to Kleber, being guarded by Josh Hart. He pokes the ball loose. Brunson picks it up, and we're off and running. Brunson fakes the handoff to OG and then blows a layup. It's that kind of night, man. And Josh Hart is clearly very frustrated. He's in the backcourt with his hands up. You got to get back on defense. Najee Marshall going 1-on-1 against Sims. Trying to go reverse, and he draws the foul, and Jericho Sims, he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. It's that kind of night, y'all. We're just going to miss layups, miss threes. Nothing's going down offensively, even though we're getting to the basket, even though we're getting good looks from 3. We're just not going to knock anything down. Keenan Hart said, Sims, Deuce, Payne. Who else did you want out there? Sims, Deuce, Payne. Chad is scrolling too fast. Pacom in a starter. It's a crazy lineup, but you got to look for a spark somewhere. 51-29 after Marshall knocked down both of his free throws. 4 minutes to go. Sims has it up top. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Dinwiddie. Hands it off to Bridges, who's just checked in. Across the lane, kicks it out to OG. Driving to his right, stops, turns, spins. They bring a double team. Anunoby falls to the floor, picks it up, gets it out to Brunson. Very helter-skelter play. Bridges left corner for 3 as the shot clock expires and he rattles it in. Can you light it up, Bridges? Can you drag us back into this game? That would go a long way to working your way into the hearts of Knicks fans. If you can drag us back into this game, Bridges. He's knocked down 2 threes tonight. Lively, over to Kyrie, being guarded by Hart. Jab step in the left corner. Now puts it up over Josh Hart. Can't get it to go. Brunson comes from behind and gets fouled by Marshall. Fighting for the rebound. Keenan Hart said Najee Marshall has been very good for the Mavs, not just tonight. He has. And he looks way more comfortable in this offense, in this system, than he ever did with the Pelicans. For whatever reason, this is the best I've ever seen him play in this Mavs tenure so far. El Tigre, what's up, El Tigre? He said this is disgraceful. It's a very bad first half performance. It is indeed a very bad first half performance, but that's the thing about basketball. They're going to have an opportunity to bounce back in the second half. It's a large task. It's a very difficult task against a good Dallas Mavericks team, but it's definitely possible. Carl said Dallas's defense is looking amazing right now. We got to spread the floor because we're missing bunnies. We do, because we are missing a bunch of layups, man. I feel like I've already called like 5 or 6 missed layups. Like, guy got to the rim, and then he smoked the layup. Brunson knocked down both of his free throws. 34-51 now. Dinwiddie has it up top, being guarded by Brunson. Coming to his left, snaking it back to his right hand off the screen. Pump fakes, feeds it inside the Lively. The Knicks come over to corral him. Ball knocked loose. Great defense from the Knicks. Good help from Anunoby and Sims. Brunson now bringing it down off the turnover. Driving it down over to Bridges. Left corner 3 for Bridges. Oh, too long, can't get it to go. Sims fighting for the rebound, but he can't hold on to it. Quick outlet pass. It's a 2-on-1. Marshall's going to go all the way up and throw it down with 2 hands. Brunson was the lone defender off of the outlet pass. Not much he could really do there. Eamon Owis. What's up, Eamon? Brunson on the right wing. Gets it over to Sims. Hands it off to Brunson. Back to Josh Hart. Swings it over to Anunoby. Left corner 3 for OG. Comes up well short. Sims with the rebound. And they call a loose ball foul on the Knicks, just as they picked up the offensive rebound. Gene Hart said, oh boy, we look worse than we did in Utah, I'm going to say. Well, Dallas is a better team than Utah, so that could be contributing to it. Lively has it up top, gets it over to Dinwiddie, gets it over to Kyrie, right corner this time, back up top to Dinwiddie, who catches and pump fakes. Still has his triple threat now against Josh Hart up top, swing through to his right, driving it down, throws it up off glass with the shot clock expiring, can't get it to go. Anunoby with the rebound, and hands it off to Josh Hart. Josh Hart on the right wing. Coming to his left, Lively switches onto him, over to Bridges on the right wing, swing through to his right, going under the basket, and tried to get it over to Anunoby, and it was just picked off by Dinwiddie. It was just a really slow pass from Bridges, man. Everything with Bridges just looks really slow, man. He's got to get out of whatever funk he's in that he picked up from Brooklyn. This is nasty. It's real nasty. Marshall on the left wing, driving to his left, Euro steps, gets caught in the air. Josh Hart picks it off. Again, good help defense from Anunoby to help out Brunson there on the Najee Marshall drive. Josh Hart has it up top, gets it over to Sims. Sims over to Brunson. Brunson swing through to his left, gets to the mid-range, pull-up jumper, swishes it. JB knocking down some shots here, but again, it's got to start defensively. Stops and scores. Has to be in the name of the game. And they're getting the scoring part down. Okay, but the stopping part is where they're really struggling right now. Kyrie up top, gets it over to P.J. Washington, who's driving to his right on OG. Scoop layup, high arcing scoop layup. Finger rolls it. Went as high as the top of the backboard and got it to drop right down the middle of the basket. Like I said, everything going down for Dallas here. Brunson putting his head down, ball away in the paint, and he knocks it down. And now they're trading baskets, which again is nice that the Knicks are scoring, but they got to get the defense part locked in here. Kyrie down low, kicks it out to P.J. Washington, puts it up over OG, straightaway three, gets it to go down. Brunson bringing it down, has it up top. Being guarded by Marshall. 40 seconds to go. Brunson, quick crossover to his right, but a kickball violation on Kyrie, who came over on help. 36 seconds to go here in the second, right before halftime. Knicks still down 20. Bridges hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left, pulling it back out. 30 seconds to go. Picks his dribble up over to Josh Hart, catches and fires from the left wing. Too long, can't get it to go. Kyrie tracks down the long rebound, and he's going to walk it down for what should be the final shot of the quarter here. Bridges is going to guard him. Kyrie has it up top. In and out dribble, driving to his right, blows right past Bridges, gets into the lane, floater, off the back of the rim, gets it to go with like all five Knicks surrounding him. And Bridges is going to chuck it up from half court, can't get it to go. And the Knicks are going to go into halftime down 22 points. And you know what? I don't even really care that Dallas scored 60. I do care, obviously. The defense has to pick up. But they scored 38 dang points, man. 38. 3-8. 38 points is absolutely pathetic, especially in modern basketball. That's pathetic. That's a pathetic show. 38 points. Carl said, tickle the like button, slap the crap out of the subscribe button, and hit all notifications you heard. Appreciate you, Carl. Appreciate you, man. Kinohara said, Bridges, AP said it, actually. My bad, AP. AP said Bridges is not going to get the contract he wants. Leon Rose may have taken an L on that deal. It's too early to say, considering that they didn't really give up any players, so it's hard to determine it. We'll see what those draft picks turn into and what players they turn into. And we'll see how Bridges continues to go. If he continues like this, then, yeah, I don't even care what the draft picks turn into because you emptied out the cupboard for a guy who isn't going to help you win in the long term. As far as the contract goes with Bridges, the reports of him already taking like a pay cut was there after Brunson did. And so now it's probably going to be a larger pay cut. So I don't know what deal he wanted in the first place, but I think it's going to be a very team-friendly deal that he ends up getting. Carl said, I swear this team is bipolar. You never know which team you're going to get on any given night. I mean, that's just the sign of a team that just doesn't have things clicking right now. We're all very used to what we saw in the second half of last season, but we got to remember in the first half of last season, like I was going through some of the analytics and I was looking at a game that we played. It was the 27th game of the season because their record at that time was 15-11. You know, so they may end up being 15-11 through 26 games. And we're all going to be like, oh, this team, they got nothing figured out. Last year's team was so much better. And it's like, were they? You know, like that team also had a lot to figure out. They made a big trade midseason for OG, then Randall got hurt, and they refound themselves. Anunoby got hurt, they refound themselves again. And then Anunoby came back, and then they refound themselves again. Like, they have to battle through adversity. They have to build chemistry both offensively and defensively. And right now, they're very reliant offensively. So you're going to get nights like tonight where the shot's not falling, and it's like, okay, they don't have a backup plan. They have to figure it out offensively, especially considering that their best defensive players are out with injury. Precious Achiuwa, Mitchell Robinson, and then Deuce McBride didn't really provide them anything tonight coming off the injury. He had a good game against Denver, but not so much tonight. Not so much. Also, before I forget, I'm going to hit the ads button. I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead, please hit that skip button for me. Just hit the skip button if you do get an ad. Hopefully you don't. But I got to hit it one time in between each quarters. LBP, what's up, LBP? We also got a subscription. Shout out Conversations Over Cappuccino. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the subscription. Kinahara said, didn't the Charles Oakley pick turn into Scottie Pippen? I have no idea. I have no idea. I do not know about that. Nick Yak said, we're giving up 50% from 3 and 28 points in the paint. How? One, Dallas has hit some very good shots, some very well-contested shots. And number two, the defense just isn't where it needs to be, right? I know what you mean. Like, they're not taking anything away. Like, they're giving up, allowing them to hit threes and also allowing them to get into the paint at will. The three-point shooting, like it's hot three-point shooting. Dinwiddie hit a very contested one. P.J. Washington hit, I think, 2 very contested ones. But outside of that, they've also generated some good open looks as well. But like you said, they're not giving up anything, man. I mean, they're not taking anything away from Dallas. Yak said, OG, Cat, and Hart are 2 for 21. That'll do it for you. That'll do it to you. OG Anunoby coming off a 40-point performance. We were all like, oh, all-star OG Anunoby. And here he is throwing up a big old dud offensively. He's got 2 points. He's 0 for 8 from the field and 0 for 5 from 3. And Denver's probably sitting at home right now watching this game like, why did he hit everything against us and now he's going to miss everything against Dallas? Towns is 2 for 8. He only played 15 minutes, the least amount amongst the starters because of, you guessed it, foul trouble. He's got 8 points. Bridges with 10. He's 4 for 10 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3. Brunson with 16. He's kind of carried this team on his back. He's got almost half of the team's points. They only have 2 points off the bench from campaign. Again, McBride played 7 minutes and did nothing. He has 1 assist. You know? Tom Thibodeau may need to... They're going to have to look somewhere else. They're going to have to look somewhere else. Either that or somebody hits the play better button. And somebody on the Knicks starts to play better outside of Brunson. Brunson is carrying a huge load on his shoulders right now. Kinahara said, talking about the second half of the season, because we got OG and Precious, not because we gelled to figure it out. So anything we need is Mitch and Precious. I disagree, because OG Anunoby only played like 10 games before he went out with an injury again, and the team still survived that. And they were like hobbling through that time with injury. And Brunson and DiVincenzo and Hart put the teams on their back, and Hartenstein. And that's when the team really gelled. And then by the time Anunoby came back, it was like, oh, yep, right back where we picked up, and we're even better because we got OG now, back from injury. And that team really gelled from that point on, right? And they were missing their second best player in Randall. So I disagree entirely. They definitely gelled at the end of the season. versus where they were in the beginning of the season. Patrick Thomas said Tibbs needs to start Sims or Hulk and let Bridges come off the bench so he can work himself in. At the moment, Bridges is under pressure. I mean, welcome to being on a championship level team. He's been there before. He's played in the finals. I don't care what kind of pressure you're in. We traded 6 first-round picks, 5 first-round picks, 6 first-round picks, whatever it is. So, like, perform. And we're not asking you to do anything outside of your game, outside of your character. We're asking you to hit open shots, and we're asking you to play good defense. And he's doing neither of those things. It's not like he's struggling defensively and he's got to just maybe take a step back. It's not like he can't hit shots right now, but at least he's playing hard defensively. There were moments in this game where the ball rolls right past him. It's like, can you pick it up? You know, it's funny because Josh Hart is the ultimate 50-50 ball winner, right? If the ball is loose, Josh Hart's going to find a way to end up with it. And I feel like Mikal Bridges is the opposite of that. If the ball is loose, Mikal Bridges ain't ending up with the ball in his hands. It's not happening. For whatever reason, he's just not aggressive and strong enough with the ball in his hands when fighting for it when the ball is loose. Keenan Hart said, JB kept it from being Dallas by 40. Yeah, hopefully somebody else can wake up and really help him. Because it feels like Brunson is the only guy who's got anything going right now. Keenan Hart said, don't forget Hartenstein. I did name Hartenstein. We miss him bad. We do. We do. I blame Hartenstein for everything. I absolutely hate Hartenstein. He's not allowed back in New York City without being relentlessly booed. I hope he goes to his favorite restaurant back in New York whenever they visit, whenever OKC visits, whenever that time is. I hope when he comes back and he's like, guys, I want to show you to my favorite restaurant. They really know me there. And then he goes there and they triple the prices on his ass. And they're like, yeah, you wanted all that money, huh, Hartenstein? You wanted all that money? How about instead of $20 for appetizers, it's $45. It's $60 now, right? You signed for all that money. How about the bill's 3 times as large as it's supposed to be? All the prices going up on Hartenstein tonight. That's what I hope happens. I hope he gets embarrassed and is miserable in New York, and I hope we blow him out by 52 points. I don't care. I know it's not going to happen because OKC's too damn good, but I hate Hartenstein with every bone in my body. Every single cell in my body despises Isaiah Hartenstein as a basketball player. He seems like a cool dude off the court. I hate the idea of Isaiah Hartenstein as a basketball player, taking all that money to leave New York. You could have been, I've been through this rant before. I've been through this Isaiah Hartenstein rant before. I can't do it anymore. Uh, 3GP said they're just into the holiday mode. You get lazy right before the holiday break. I mean, not if you're a championship team, 3GP. Not if you're a championship team. You can't have the performance you had against Utah and then follow it up with the performance you had against Denver and then follow that series of events up with the performance you're having against Dallas. Because now it's looking like the aberration is the Denver game and not the Utah game, which is what you want it to be. You want it to be like, hey, you know what? We just didn't come out with the right mentality. We weren't focused for the Utah game. We overlooked them. It was the altitude. It was our first time traveling there. It happens. But we're going to show you what we're really made of these next couple of games. We're going to be locked in because we don't want to get embarrassed like we did against Utah. And it looked like that was going to be their mentality when they absolutely dismantled Denver. And then they come out and this is the performance they have? So what was real? Is the Denver game real or is the Utah game real? Which team are you, Knicks? And, you know, that's sort of the frustrating part with this team because it's a roller coaster. But it's way too many ups and downs. Like, can we have a couple ups? Can you go on a 4 or 5 game winning streak and just make us feel like, okay, cool? And then you can go on a 2 or 3 game losing streak and then we could be like, all right, cool, that's another down. Like, you can't have the game against Utah and then the game against Denver and then follow it up with this nonsense. You can't do it. It's too frustrating. The city will not have your back the way they had your back last year if this is who you're going to be. Carl, what's up, Carl? He said, do you think it's on the coaching staff, on the fact that the squad doesn't seem prepared or motivated to get this win. I don't think they're not motivated. They're playing hard. They're busting their butt out there. They're just not playing smart at all. And they're also not knocking down shots. Now, if we're talking about preparedness, every player who's ever played for Tom Thibodeau has talked about how he is the most prepared coach in the NBA and that his coaching staffs make sure that the players are the most prepared that they possibly can be. Every single former Tibbs player has said this. And so, no, I don't think it's the coaching staff. I don't think this team is not prepared for tonight, and nor do I think that they're not motivated to win tonight. They're just playing very poorly, and they don't seem as focused as they need to be, and also the shots aren't falling. And this version of this team, after all the trades that they made, is an offensive-led team. I believe they're like 24th defensively or something. Like, that will slowly rise as the season goes on. It always does for Tom Thibodeau teams. They're also going to get better defenders back from being injured. The defense will get better as the season goes on. I know it's frustrating to watch now, and I know it's like, oh, well, they're always going to have an issue with Towns at center. I get it. We had to get it through our heads. Karl-Anthony Towns is the starting center for the New York Knicks. Tom Thibodeau will not start Huck Porty or Sims or Mitchell Robinson along Karl-Anthony Towns. It will not happen. Mitchell Robinson one, maybe. I'm holding out hope that he would at least play those two together at some point. But we got to get it out of our heads. It's not happening. Karl-Anthony Towns is the center. And I know that there's issues about how good a defense can be with Karl-Anthony Towns at center. I think it could be okay. And I think that's the goal. I think the goal is we're going to be an absolute juggernaut offensively, and we're going to be good enough defensively. If they can get to top 15 defense, they're 23rd, 24th right now. That's absolutely going to plummet again after tonight's performance. Doesn't even matter how they perform in the second half. Their defensive rating, I assume, is going to end up falling. But a team that is mainly focused offensively, mainly offensively oriented, that's how they win basketball games. They're one of the best offenses in the league. They're a top 2 or 3 offense in the league. If the shots aren't falling and your offense isn't playing well, then that's your win condition. If you guys play, I love to play video games. If you play a fighting game, if you play it at a high enough level, you start to see the game differently. And you start to think, okay, what is my win condition? If I can get my opponent in this spot of the map and hit them with these series of moves, that's how I win. For the Knicks, it's if we can get our offense to this point during the game, if we can hit this many threes, if we can get to the foul line, if we can score this many paint points, if we can get this many assists, that's our win condition. Last season, it was about the second chance points. It was about the hustle stats. It was about the turnover battle. It was about the possession battle. And if they can win that, that was their win condition. And it was the kind of basketball that we love to watch. This is a different team. They have a different win condition. So not only are they figuring out what their win condition is, I think it should also include getting to the foul line, which they're not doing at a very good job right now. Right? Mikal Bridges not getting to the foul line. Brunson foul shots are a little bit lower. Anunoby historically doesn't really get to the foul line that often. Josh Hart's not getting a ton of calls so far this year. Towns is really the only one who's consistently so far gone to the foul line, but they're not shooting foul shots tonight. Not that many. They have to find their win condition. We're back into it. Towns has it up top. I'll get to some of your comments in a second. I was rambling there. My apologies. Josh Hart up top over to Towns. Towns being guarded by Lively, gets it over to Bridges, stops in the mid-range, falls away at the foul line. Don't love that shot, and he breaks it off the back of the rim. If there's a comment you really want me to get to, and it's just flying by in the chat, I'm sorry about that. You can put it in a super chat, and I'll be able to put it up on screen, and we could save it and go through it. Grimes with a pull-up jumper and gets fouled by Anunoby. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. So not a good start to the second half here for the Knicks. 30 seconds in. Yak said, we missed about 10 at the rim. Should have been another 14, 20 points. Yeah, see, that's another one too, Yak. I'm with you. They missed a lot of bunnies tonight. A lot of easy shots at the basket. Right? And even if we go on the low end, like you said, 10 points, then it's 48 to 60, and it's a 12-point game, and we're like, couple of shots go our way. They don't hit some of the crazy shots they hit. And, it's a closer game. But 22 is rough. Quinn Grimes splits a pair of free throws. Made the first, misses the second. And Brunson will bring it down. Anunoby has it up top, hands it off to Josh Hart. Josh Hart back to Anunoby. Pump fakes, driving to his left. Stopping, turning, in the paint. Stops, leans in, fall away in the paint. Breaks it off the back of the rim. A lot of really tough fall-away shots from the Knicks to start the second half. I don't like it. Quinn Grimes putting his head down and running right into Brunson, extending the off arm too, and they called the offensive foul on Grimes. Keenan Harris said speculation. I don't think there was better alternatives to the team they have now. Yeah, once Hartenstein left, the team was like, okay, we need a center. And if we're going to go trade for a center, we're going to go get the best center available, Karl-Anthony Towns. And I know some of you guys don't think he's a center, but clearly the Knicks do. So you're just going to have to learn to live with it. As Bridges drives to the basket, he actually went right into the shot blocker and got a scoop layup to go. He didn't actually fall away this time, guys. Good job by Bridges, and he's getting skinny around screens, staying in front of Marshall. Now they feed it over to Lively. Lively being guarded by Hart. They throw it over the top to Irving. Irving being guarded by Hart in the right corner. Up top to Marshall. Catches, pump fakes. Good defense by Bridges. Looks like he's locked in right now. Over to Irving. Catches, driving to his right. Bridges helps out. Irving fall away mid-range jumper. Gets it to go. That's just a star being a star right there. Brunson bringing it down, leaves it off to Towns. He's going to put his head down, driving it down. Almost turned it over. Bridges has it, and then just throws it right into the hands of P.J. Washington. Luckily, he couldn't hold on to it. And the ball goes out of bounds. It will remain with the Knicks. Patrick Thomas says, personally, I don't think we're going to go nowhere with Cat at the 5. He is not a rim protector. As Towns in the paint gets fouled, he's going to go to the foul line with 2 free throws. He's not a great rim protector. He's a mediocre to below mediocre. He's like an average to below average rim protector. The issue is that we're used to watching Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein, who are elite rim protectors. Karl-Anthony Towns is an average to below average rim protector. You can survive well enough, especially considering what the rotations are going to be if he has like a Precious Achiuwa next to him, who's also a good rim protector. And so now you have 2 as Towns misses a free throw. Fellas, we can't be missing free throws. We're down 23 here. Alongside with the help of OG Anunoby, like the defense can tick up well enough. You just need to put the pieces in place. And right now, the Knicks are lacking pieces because of the injuries. Towns does knock down the second free throw, making it a 22-point game. 10 minutes to go here in the third, 63-41. Marshall over to Lively. Lively being guarded by Towns. Hands it off to Kyrie. Kyrie over the top to Marshall. Marshall coming to his left, driving it down, middle of the lane, puts up a floater over Towns, can't get it to go. Long rebound, fight for the rebound. Marshall ends up with it, goes up and lays it up and in. No help down low by Towns, and he can't be any more aggressive than he wants to be because of the 3 fouls he picked up in the first half. Brunson has it up top, hands it off to Towns. Towns, a deep straightaway 3, splashes it, okay. Hopefully Karl-Anthony Towns can wake up offensively here. We can start knocking down some perimeter shots and start opening up this game a little bit. Grimes has it on the left wing, coming to his right off the screen, pulling it out. They throw it over the top to Kyrie, being guarded by Brunson. Kyrie faces up. They show 2. They kick it up to Grimes. They swing it around. Najee Marshall out of the right corner. Can't get the 3 to go. Towns with the rebound. Over to Bridges. Bridges bringing it down. Over the top to Towns. Towns bringing it down. Steps back. Pump fakes. Kicks it over to Brunson. Brunson up top. Driving to his right. Spinning to his left. Spinning back to his right. Step back. Fall away jumper. Don't like that shot. But Brunson picks up. The Bridges picks up the offensive rebound. They swing it around to OG, who pump fakes. Over to Towns. Towns is going to put up a 3. He's feeling it. And he gets 2 straight 3s for Karl-Anthony Towns. Come on, big cities. Dallas calls the timeout. Good timeout from Coach Kidd. Come on, big cities. Let's get this comeback rolling. It's going to be on the back of Karl-Anthony Towns. He's the most explosive offensive player with the way he shoots the 3 ball. Ricardo said, good thing our next 2 games are easier opponents. I'm not sure about that, Ricardo. Charlotte's a damn good team. Charlotte's a real damn good team. And then our first game in December is going to be the Pelicans. Pelicans are getting a little bit healthier. DeJounte Murray just came back, so I don't know about that, man. Obviously easier than Dallas and Denver, but at the same time, we saw what kind of performance they put on against Utah. I'm not taking any team at this point for granted. Okay, Hazy said Josh needs to start shooting. I mean, the thing about that, K Hazy, is the defense wants Josh to shoot. And if the defense wants you to shoot, you probably shouldn't be shooting that shot. You know, like, he's not a consistent shooter, but he's also not wide open on these shots. Like, the defense is still paying attention to him here tonight. Hendricks Reyes, what's up, Hendricks? This looks like a different game plan for the Knicks. Game plan still remains the same, man. They're just not playing well. 3GP says, we're getting momentum and then McHale gets the ball. All right, we got to cool it on the McHale hate. I see where this is going tonight. He is not the scapegoat tonight. Nobody's played well. Josh Hart hasn't played well. Towns didn't play well in the first half. It was all Brunson in the first half. But, you know, no McBride, no Payne. Bridges struggled, obviously. Hart struggled. Anunoby's been a no-show. Like, it's not going to be all on Bridges. I'm not going to let y'all do that and let everybody else off the hook. Relic, what's up, Relic? Bring it down to 9 and keep grinding them down. It is, 16 now? They can get it to 9 going into the fourth quarter. It's going to feel like a brand new game. But they got a lot of work to do, and it's got to start defensively. And it hasn't been the greatest defensive games from the Knicks. We'll leave it at that. AP said, no opponent is easy against the Knicks. The most inconsistent team in the NBA. Not the most inconsistent team in the NBA, AP. I literally just watched the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're 9-9. Dallas has been very inconsistent. They have some bad losses. Like, Dallas is a very inconsistent team. This is an up night for them. They're going to come right back down, you know? $3GB said, but McHale has struggled in how many games? All right. You're right. You're right. But we're not going to make him the scapegoat of tonight. Way too many other players have played poorly tonight. Ricardo said the streak is over. Knicks 20-plus assist game streak is officially ending tonight. I didn't even know that was a streak, but definitely a possibility it ends tonight. We'll go through the box score and the stats in a second during the next timeout. Kyrie gets the handoff going along the baseline and pull-up jumper over Towns. Good defense, better offense from Kyrie. He's cooking tonight. He's feeling very comfortable out there. Brunson bringing it down over to Towns. Towns has it up top, hands it off to Bridges. Bridges coming to his right, kicks it over to Anunoby in the right corner for a three. OG, way off, but he does chase down his own rebound, kicks it out to Josh Hart. He's going to put up a left wing three, and Josh Hart bangs in the three. 17-point game. Najee Marshall has it up top, being guarded by OG. Marshall gets it over to Lively. Lively has it up top, looking to get it to somebody. They feed Marshall down low against Bridges, goes up with the righty floater over Bridges, gets it to go. Brunson hit ahead to Josh Hart. He's going to put his head down in a tag, gets the layup to go, and a foul on P.J. Washington. Potential three-point play for Josh Hart right now. Relic reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Yes, if you're in the stream right now and you haven't hit the like button, please go ahead. Hit the thumbs up button, like the stream. It really helps support the stream. It really, really does. Josh Hart knocks down his and one free throw. Kyrie bringing it down, calling out a play. Bridges guarding him. Gets it over to Marshall, being guarded by Brunson. Marshall feeds P.J. Washington in the post against Anunoby. Backing him down. Lefty flip shot over OG, gets it to go. Brunson bringing it down. Has it on the left wing. Quick crossover to his left, getting past Kyrie. In the middle of the lane, Euro steps down. And the ball slips out of his hands and he just throws it away. It's a 3-on-1. Quentin Grimes fakes the pass, now leaves it off to Kyrie, who lays it up and in. Beautiful pass from Quinn Grimes. And now it's back up to 20. Any momentum they were building, instantly out the window. Towns has it up top, being guarded by Washington. Hands it off to Bridges. The Knicks are just so slow moving right now. Bridges puts up a three as his defender fell down. Fight for the rebound. Anunoby gets fouled by Kyrie. Fighting for the rebound. Carl said, let's get it within 10 going to the fourth, and who knows? As KG famously said, anything is possible. I mean, that's going to be a difficult task for them, right? That's the goal. You pick a number and you say, all right, get it down to 10. Get it down to 10. Well, they started down 22, and about halfway through the quarter here, it's 20. So the hardest part about getting it down to 10 is they have to come up with some stops. Brunson over the top to Towns off the pick and roll, and he lays it up and in. Beautiful pass from Brunson. Good finish from Towns. They got to get some stops. Marshall has it on the right wing, being guarded by Bridges. And Brunson fouls Kyrie as they were fighting for positioning in the post. Kleber has it up top. Hands it off to Kyrie, coming to his left. Bridges chasing him. Sees two, shovels it over. They swing it over. Marshall, right corner three, high arcing shot, can't get it to go. And Kleber just knocks it out of bounds, thankfully. Kleber tried to save the extra possession, but his teammates weren't there. And at least the ball will go back to the Knicks here. There's a stop. Let's see if they can score. Brunson bringing it down. Coming to his right off a Town screen. Dancing with it, crossing over to his right. Euro steps down the lane, kicks it out Bridges. Left corner three, he's wide open. And he can't knock down to three. I didn't have any confidence that shot was going in. That's why I didn't get hype. P.J. Washington pushing it the other end. And they call an offensive foul on P.J. Washington. There's another stop. So they can get a stop, but then they don't score. And then they score, and then they don't get a stop. So they just end up trading baskets so far. Come on, Knicks. Okay, Hazy said the charge was so obvious. Should have seen that. And Dallas is going to use their challenge here. Mark said, told you seen enough. We'll see, Mark. Still a lot of game left. Still a lot of game left. It is 22. Or no, it's not. It's 18. But I'm still holding out hope. 3GP said not capitalizing on the free stops. Yeah. Like I said, if they get a stop, they don't score. And when they score, they don't get a stop. And it's just a cycle that's sort of repeating themselves, which is why the lead isn't getting chipped away. You got to do both. Can't just do one. Drayton Jordan, what's up, Drayton? This question goes out to you and the online subscribers at the time. To answer this question, what was your expectation of the Knicks record on this West Coast swing amongst champions? So in the West Coast trip, they played Utah, Denver, and Dallas. During the road trip, they're going to end up playing Charlotte. They don't count as the West Coast road trip, but they're going to go from here to Charlotte, so they count on the road trip. 2-2. 2-2. And if you just want to count the 3 West Coast games, 2-1. You beat Utah, you beat Dallas, and I'll take a loss to Denver. They ended up beating Denver. They lost to Utah, which means they would have to win against Dallas tonight. And it's not looking great so far. But you can't accept any. The expectation is 500. Right now, my expectation is 500. I'll be happy when they exceed those expectations. But my expectations are pretty low. 500. It's not crazy. Right? It's not crazy. I don't have crazy expectations for this team. I'm just expecting them to get by as players get healthy and as the chemistry builds. But the up and down nature of the team is frustrating to watch. We expected this. We talked about this before the season ended. It's going to be a roller coaster of a season. They traded for a star player the day before training camp, right? It's going to be a roller coaster of a season. Carlos Adrian Gayton. What's up, Carlos? Thank God Luka isn't playing. Low-key, I think the Knicks would have played better in this game if Luka was playing. Carlos said, oh, the West Coast trip was 4 games. They beat the Suns. I forgot the Suns. You're right. You're right. So they beat Phoenix. They beat Denver. They lost to Utah, and they're probably going to lose. If they end up losing to Dallas tonight, they would be 2-2. So if we counted the full 5-game road trip, the Charlotte game on Friday, then go 3-2 on the road trip, and it'll be fine. The issue is that the 2 losses, very disheartening losses. But if you can exit the road trip 3-2, you know, Mark said, I prefer Luka play. Me too. Me too. 1, it slows this Dallas team down. 2, they're simpler to play because the ball is going to be in Luka's hands and you know it every time. Mark said he's also a trash defender. True. With Najee Marshall in the starting lineup. And with Clay out, Clay's also a bad defender. As Brunson blows by Marshall, gets the foul and 1. Brunson with a quick crossover, and Marshall got all the way to the basket. He's going to go to the foul line for 1 more. Like I said, Brunson's really been the only guy tonight who's got anything going. Ricardo said, what is the issue of Zion Williamson with the Knicks? He's too injury prone, and I believe if the Knicks really wanted him, they could have put all their pieces together and went to go get him, and they clearly didn't do it, and I would suspect it's because they didn't trust his health or his work ethic. Carl said, here we go, let's fight. They got a lot to go, and Brunson seems like the only guy fighting right now, but if he can get some help, Towns knocked down the 2 straight threes, and he's been quiet since. If he can get some help, as Kyrie just chucks it up at the basket, misses it, maybe looking for a foul call too. He hit the floor at the 5-on-4. Brunson crosses over to his right, leaves it off for Josh Hart coming down the lane, and he lays it up and in. There we go. 13-point game. 13-point game right there, Carl. Another stop, another score. Marshall has it on the right wing, up top to Kleber. Kleber being guarded by Towns. Hands it off to Kyrie. Coming to his right, off the screen, driving it down, stops, pump fakes, cross-court pass, Dinwiddie, left corner, pump fakes, driving it down, puts up a floater, gets it to go over Towns. Brunson, quick hit ahead to Bridges. Bridges back to Brunson. Over the top to Anunoby, catches in the paint, loses it, out of bounds off Anunoby. Frustrating night for OG Anunoby, man. Frustrating night. Jaden Hardy checking in here. Marshall bringing it down. Gets it over to Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie coming to his left. Off the Kleber screen. Stepping back. Mid-range jumper over Towns. Gets it to go. 2 straight baskets for Dallas. Come on, Knicks. You got to respond here. Bridges bringing it down. Coming to his right off the Towns screen. Has it in the right corner. Feeds Towns in the post. No, a kick ball on P.J. Washington. Trying to get the entry pass down low. Mark Avon said, come on, a few more threes. Yeah, they've really struggled to shoot tonight, and it's really affected their overall offensive rhythm. Josh Hart on the left wing attacking. They blow the whistle. And there's a foul call off ball on Dinwiddie. Knicks are in the bonus. We're going to get a free throw attempt, some free throw attempts out of here. Please knock down both free throws. Hendricks Reyes said they can still win this. They absolutely can. They absolutely can. Look, 4:20 to go. There's a lot of time left here in the third, let alone the whole fourth quarter. We just want to see some positive signs from our Knicks, right? They've been very few and far between tonight. Towns at the foul line, knocks down the first one. Appreciate you, Towns. Please knock down the next one. Mark Avon said, I'm Astra Cat, by the way. What's up, Astra? It's going to be easier for me to call you Mark Avon if you're going to use the Mark Avon account, just so I don't get confused. If I remember to call you Astra Cat, you'll know I'm talking to you, obviously. Towns does go 2 for 2 from the foul line. Jaden Hardy bringing it down. Bridges is going to pick him up. Over to Marshall. Marshall over to Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie has it up top, being guarded by Hart, dancing around a couple of screens. Brunson switches onto him. Still dancing. Coming to his left off a Kleber screen. Trying to use his size against Brunson. A mid-range pull-up jumper. Comes up short. Hit the front of the rim, but he gets a nice friendly roll as the ball does drop down in the rim. Towns has it up top. Driving to his right. Trying to blow past the defense. Gets caught in the air. Gets blocked by Kleber. And P.J. Washington with the rebound. It's a 2-on-1. Marshall going all the way and lays it up and in over Brunson, who was the lone defender. You got to be better, Towns. He's just putting his head down and going to the basket, and the defense is waiting for him. And just like that, it's back up to 19, guys. Just like that. Got it down to 13, and it felt like we were there. Unclothed Salamander Sandwich said Karl Anthony Towns downgraded from Towns to Villages. Yeah, he went from Karl Anthony Towns to big cities. Now he's back down to small villages. I don't like it. I don't like it. Asher said, we got to end this third quarter, cut the lead below 10. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. I don't even got the lights on. That's the goal. You know? It just doesn't seem realistic right now. If we can get it to back to 13, I'll take 13, guys. I'll spy you 3 points here. I'll take 13. El Tigre said we need some Hukporty defense. Hukporty wouldn't be a bad substitution here tonight. At least got to try it. At least got to try it. Carlos said game over. I don't know, Carlos. Still a lot of time left, man. There's still a lot of time left. Can't give up this early. Can't give up this early. 3GP said put a fork in it. Come on, guys. Come on. Yak said, how bad do we miss Mitch? We need rim protection and offensive board second chance points. It's just not something they're focused on anymore, Yak. That was last year's identity, and they've gone away from it. Obviously, it would help. It would help a lot. But it's not their identity anymore. Brunson on the right wing, coming to his left. P.J. Washington switches onto him. He steps back for a pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. Foul on the floor. The Knicks are starting to draw some fouls here. So Sims, I believe, is going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws as Kleber was holding on to him, fighting for the offensive rebound. Susan said, I'm going to give the Knicks the benefit of the doubt. First road trip, maybe they're tired. I can't give them the benefit of the doubt. Even if they are tired, you got to give a better performance than you did tonight. Hendricks Reyes said, we need three-point shooting. They need something. They need everything. The defense they need three-point shooting. They need the offense. Need somebody to get hot. Jericho Sims missed the first one, knocks down the second one. 81-63 now. Dinwiddie has it up top, being guarded by Bridges. Coming to his left, off the Kleber screen. Kicks it over to Washington. Anunoby slips yet again on this court. Jericho Sims, great defense at the rim. Getting the block. McBride picks it up. And then the ball gets poked from behind by P.J. Washington. Our first sighting of McBride, 3 minutes to go in the third. Where has Deuce McBride been? Right? Gotta wonder how healthy he is if, his only second game back. First game may have been some adrenaline pumping, but he's been absolutely absent here tonight. Brunson gets it over to Bridges. Bridges up top to McBride. McBride, jab step. Now coming to his left off the sim screen. Gets to the mid-range pull-up jumper. Gets it to go. Deuce McBride with his first basket. We're going to need somebody to step up, Deucey. Hardy bringing it down. Under 3 to go. Coming to his left off a couple of screens. Bridges chasing him. They get it over to Kleber, who gets fouled by Jericho Sims. Kleber's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Carlos said they should consider trading Bridges. Some guys just don't fit. They're absolutely not going to trade Bridges. They traded 5 first-round picks, 6 picks total, 5 first-round picks for him. They're not trading him. Karen said 3-pointers are only good if they go in the basket. Good point, Karen. Good point. Everton Fletcher, what's up, Ev? You can't depend on all these threes all the time. They got 2-point assassins on that team. Starts with the twos, then go to the threes. I mean, nothing's gone down for them. We've talked relentlessly tonight so far about how they've also just missed a bunch of layups, right? Yak, at halftime was like they should have like 10 to 14 more points based off of the missed layups they've had. So they're also just missing all their twos as well. It's that kind of night offensively. Kleber splits a pair of free throws. Brunson bringing it down. Lively is checked back in. The Knicks with Brunson, McBride, Bridges, Anunoby, and Sims. Brunson one-on-one against Hardy here. Quick crossover to his right. Goes into the lane, puts up a floater, gets it to go. Brunson's trying, man. Brunson is trying. One of the few guys out there who has anything going for them offensively. Hardy has it up top as Bridges has switched onto him. Coming to his left, they show double team. They get it over to Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie, pass fake, now dancing with it against McBride, puts up a three over him and splashes. It's that kind of night, guys. It's that kind of night. Spencer Dinwiddie is going to take all these threes now. Dinwiddie. Brunson has it up top against Hardy now, who switches onto him. Brunson's going to look to exploit. Coming to his left, leaning down, steps through, puts up a floater, gets it to go over Lively. Brunson's just cooking Hardy now one-on-one. We're trading threes for twos. 85-69, 16-point deficit for the Knicks. Dinwiddie being guarded by Bridges, 1:30 to go here in the third quarter. Dinwiddie coming to his right, he's got a lane, kicks it out. Quinn Grimes, left corner three, wide open, splashes it. Brunson bringing it down. Gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby on the right wing. Coming down the lane. Leans in, kicks it over to Sims. Sims up top to Brunson. Swings it over to OG. OG in the right corner. Swings through to his left. Leaning in. Slips and falls yet again, man. Bridges does pick it up and knocks down a mid-range baseline jumper. Hardy has it up top. Michael Brown, what's up, Michael? Hardy being guarded by McBride, coming to his left, leaning in, puts up a floater, can't get it to go, but he gets fouled by McBride. McBride's looking on the bench saying he should challenge it. Mark said, called it, enjoy the holiday, y'all. Appreciate you, Mark, appreciate you. I still got a feeling they're going to make this interesting, but it could be one of those fake comebacks. We'll see. AP said, I want Tibbs out of here. Who's good to replace him? I don't know, man. You tell me. I don't want Tibbs out of here. You tell me who you want as a replacement. If you want him out, I always say this. If you want the coach out, you got to give me a replacement name then. Give me a replacement name, and we'll talk about it. Hardy knocks down both of his free throws, and it is back to a 19-point deficit with 45 seconds to go. Brunson has it up top. Coming to his left, Hardy switches onto him. They bring a double team now. Brunson over the top to Bridges. Bridges in the left corner. Anunoby a three. And Anunoby has just been absolutely off tonight. Nothing going down for him. Open shots, missed shots, all of it has been bad. Brunson bringing it down. Has it up top. Being guarded by Grimes. Brunson over to McBride on the right wing. Steps back, puts up a three over Hardy. Can't get it to go. Kleber with the rebound. Hit ahead to Grimes. He's got time. He's going to look to attack Brunson. Swing through. Gets blocked by Jericho Sims, but he does get a foul call. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. MZP Creations. What's up, MZP? Bill Belichick. Hendrick Ray says Mark Jackson. AP said Mark Jackson. What does everyone have against Mark Jackson? If Mark Jackson was a good coach, he would have been rehired at some point. There is a specific reason why nobody has even really gone to interview Mark Jackson for a job. Mark Jackson had the 2 best three-point shooters of all time and had like a 24th ranked offense, my man. If he were a good coach, he would have been hired by now. Todd Clark said Coach Oakley? Brother. Brother. Charles Oakley is out there coaching in the Big 3 league. MZP Creation says Mark Jackson legit. Based off of what, big dog? $25.26 says Mark Jackson's been blacklisted. How about Mark Jackson wasn't a very good coach? And teams were like, yeah, that guy's not a good coach. Monty Williams may never get another job in the NBA. Is Monty Williams blacklisted, guys? You tell me. Or Monty Williams did such a bad job in Detroit that everybody was like, oh yeah, he may not be a good coach. We may got to get him out of there. AB said Jackson's probably political. Like I said, if there's a coach out there who could help you win basketball games, best believe they would be coaching in the NBA right now. Guys, it looks like this comeback's not coming. So, like AP said, if you want to go ahead and throw coaches' names at me and we could discuss them, let's discuss them. If you want to throw possible trades in here and discuss them, let's discuss them. Let's see. MZP Creation said, now you got to listen to what the players say about him. That'll let you know what kind of coach he really is. Yeah, and there were a bunch of players on that team who were like, yeah, man, he was doing some weird stuff where he was forcing us to like go to his like church stuff and all of that. Like, yeah, he was a good motivational coach. We didn't really know what we were supposed to be doing out there because he wasn't a good coach. He gave us great pregame speeches. And that was it. So maybe Mark Jackson would be a good assistant coach, but he ain't no head coach. Yak said he was too religious and built the Warriors. He definitely didn't build the Warriors. Like I said, he had that same Warriors team. Steve Kerr took over the next year, and they had the best offense in the league by far. Mark Jackson had them as like the 24th, 25th best offense. Like he had the two best shooters in the league, and you couldn't build an offense around that. It's probably because he's not a very good coach. Chris said Knicks come back in the fourth. Knicks win. I'm hoping for it, Chris. It's just they haven't really given us signs, right? It's not like anybody got hot. It's not like anybody's playing well. It's not like they've executed well in this fourth quarter and like, oh, you know what? If they keep getting those shots and maybe they just start to go down here in the fourth quarter, maybe, but Drain said, hey guys, I'm out. A couple of reasons. One is I have a 5-year-old. Is that a 5-year-old you mean? Hey, appreciate you, Drain. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Hope you had a good time, even if the Knicks didn't provide it. Hopefully I provided you some form of entertainment tonight. Ricardo said, okay, here's a good one. What about Knicks getting Herb Jones? Come on, man, not Herb Jones. Come on. Oh, Herb Jones, wait. Am I thinking about the same Herb Jones? I'm thinking about Coach Herb Jones. I'm thinking about Herb Williams. You're talking about Herb Jones from the Pelicans. I don't think the Pelicans have any interest in trading Herb Jones or Trey Murphy. You know, I think it's just not possible. Decade said Patrick Ewing head coach. Hey, man. This is the reason why Patrick Ewing was never hired as a head coach. Right? Like, you guys think some of these guys who don't get opportunities as head coaches are blacklisted? I don't think when they get the chance to interview for jobs, they're just not very good as head coaches. And people are like, all right, we're just going to go with this guy, over them. All right, let's see how this fourth quarter goes. Kyrie has it. Right wing. Puts it up over Bridges. Good defense from Bridges. Kyrie airballs it. Towns saves it over to Payne. Payne bringing it down. Payne on the right wing. Gets it over to Josh Hart. Hands it off to Payne. Coming to his left off the Town screen. In the left corner. Bridges puts up a 3. Rattles it in. Like I said, if Mikal Bridges is the one to get hot from 3 and drag us back into this game, we'll be happy, but it's going to have to be more than one occasional 3. Dinwiddie has it in the left corner, being guarded by McBride, puts it up over Deuce. Great defense from McBride. It didn't matter. It's that kind of night, y'all. It didn't matter. Deuce McBride was hanging all over Spencer Dinwiddie, and he chucked it up real quick, and he gets it to go out of the corner. It's that kind of night. So the Knicks are going to lose because Dallas and Dinwiddie have just decided to not miss any shots. Josh Hart driving it in, stops, turns, kicks it out to Towns up top. Ball was tipped, so Towns has it. Gets it over to Bridges on the right wing. Bridges is going to step back for a right wing three. Not even close. Hit the side of the backboard, airballed it, overshot it by a huge amount. Dinwiddie now driving it in on Bridges, stops, kicks it in the corner. Left corner, Quinn Grimes three, gets it to go in the foul. So, yeah. Hendricks Reyes said best coach for the Knicks is Hurley. If you've heard Hurley talk about possibly coming to the NBA, it would be for the Knicks job. Obviously, the Knicks have Tom Thibodeau, so it's not going to be available for quite some time. But I could definitely see it happening. Especially, Connecticut just lost 2 straight games in the Maui Invitational. Hurley may be looking for an exit out of there earlier than I think we think. AP said I've been yelling at the TV for 30 years. Bridges on the left wing. 97-74. Bridges driving to his right. Fall away jumper out of the mid-range. Can't get it to go, but Josh Hart with the putback. 97. Grimes knocked down his free throw. 21-point game. Bridges has it up top, being guarded by Payne. Gets it over to Lively. Lively being guarded by Towns. Gets it over to Kyrie on the right wing, being guarded by Bridges. Jab step driving to his left. Gets into the paint. And throws the lob to Lively. Throws it down with 2 hands. Yep. So the comeback is not happening tonight, yo. Based off of how this fourth quarter has started, the comeback is not happening as Towns chucks up a 3, can't get it to go. Grimes with the rebound. Drayton said, I was feeling you since I first randomly bumped into your site. I saw you were on my same page, in my opinion, since day one. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. I'm happy you're enjoying your time here. Grimes misses a 3. It's a 23-point deficit. McBride bringing it down. He's going to shoot a dribble pull-up 3. He gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 3 free throws. Dinwiddie is yelling at the ref. What are you doing, Dinwiddie? You're up 23. Shut up. Keenan Hart said, to be fair, I said we would go for a Rando upgrade, but the only 3 guys I would consider are Giannis, Cat, and Zion. Well, they got one of the guys. They got Cat, right? Zion I never liked, even though I love Zion and the idea of Zion, but the injuries, man, the injuries. And then Giannis is the dream. I think Giannis is clearly the second best player in the league. I don't think it's particularly close. I think Luka is the third, but I think what Giannis does offensively and defensively, there's just no comparison to it. And there are times where I even feel like Giannis may be the first, but Jokic, he's undeniable. So McBride knocks down both of his free throws. He's got one more. AP said, get James Dolan mad enough, Tibbs will be gone tomorrow. I think James Dolan is doing just fine raking in the money that this Knicks team is providing him right now. I think he's doing just fine, man. McBride does knock down all 3 of his free throws, cutting that big old lead down to 20 points here. Kyrie driving to his left, kicks it out. PJ Washington, he's driving to his left. He's in the paint, pump fake, leans in. Can't get the scoop layup to go, but Lively right there for the offensive rebound, put back dunk. Josh Hart driving it down, leaves it off for Towns inside, and he throws it down with 2 hands. Now we're just trading baskets back and forth, but they're down 20. Come on. Come on, guys. Keenan Hart said, and Trace Jackson Davis, I wanted him too. Yeah, he's good for the Warriors. I don't know how much of a difference maker he is. Like I said, do you want Trace Jackson Davis over Precious Achiuwa? I think I'd rather Precious Achiuwa. Older, stronger, better defender overall. Foul on the floor. Oh, I had my timer ticking the whole time. I didn't even stop it. Oh, no, I never started it. My bad. I really don't care about this fourth quarter with the way the Knicks are playing right now. 25-26, said I smell a comeback? I don't know, man. It's still 20 with 8 minutes to go. They're going to have to catch fire here, man. Yak said, I'm staying to watch 5 minutes of the kids. Hey, Yak, you're going to be real disappointed when Tom Thibodeau runs this starting 5 out there for the whole game. Scoreboard way off. It's 101-83 now. Scoreboard's not way off. I mean, the time is off. Time is definitely off. I never even started the time, so the time will eventually catch up. We got 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. It's 101-83. It's an 18-point game. Kyrie has it on the left wing. He's going to dance with it. Sidestep three over McBride. Good defense. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Knicks do a good job knocking it out of Lively's hands. Towns bringing it down. Hits Anunoby to the basket, and he finishes a layup. Beautiful pass from Karl-Anthony Towns. 16-point game, guys. 16-point game. RPX. What's up, RPX? How long before we can start not being happy about Bridges? You could start not being happy about Bridges. He's got to give you a reason to be happy, right? And he's not done that at all, so. It's that kind of night, guys. It's that kind of night. Quentin Grimes comes up well short on a mid-range pull-up jumper, but it bounces on the rim and hangs on there until it finally drops down through the basket. As Campaign rushes it down the other end and gets a layup to go. Foul on the floor on the shot. What happened there? Lively going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 6:59 to go, 7 minutes, so we'll let our scoreboard catch up as we got a timeout here. Yak said Mavericks still playing starters, not just Tibbs. Yeah, but even when the Mavs take their starters out, Tibbs will keep the starters in. I feel like you haven't learned who Tom Thibodeau is, Yak. You know? Tom Thibodeau is not going to put them kids in. He's going to keep them starters in pretty much the whole game. We may get 1 minute of the kids. We may get that. Tom Thibodeau is not going to wave the white flag, though. He's going to keep those guys in. Eugenio says, they got our number. We really don't win in Dallas. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. They're on the West Coast road trip. This is the 4th game of the road trip. Dead legs. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with excuses, but like it's hard to come up with excuses when they just had the performance they had against Denver. It's hard to come up with excuses. AP said, that Super Nintendo in the bag, does it work? I still have my original from 1991, still turns on. This is the mini one that they released. Super Nintendo Classic Edition. This is the little dusty up top. Been up there for about a year now. It does work. It does work. They don't sell them anymore. I got it on the re-release. So they did 2 releases of these. It is the Super Nintendo Mini Classic Edition. And it's got a bunch of games already pre-downloaded onto it and whatnot. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Comes with the 2 controllers. But we had it out of the box, played it for a little bit, and then I put it right back in the box. Hasn't really been used since because all of these games can be emulated on my Nintendo Switch anyway at this point. But I like it. It's a nice collector's thing. If you guys didn't know, I'm a huge gamer. I love games. AP said, Tom Thibodeau is an old fossil from the 90s. Outside of Greg Popovich, no one from the 90s is coaching anymore. Well, that's because a lot of those guys were very old. Tom Thibodeau and Greg Popovich are very old. Even though Tom Thibodeau dyes those 3 strands of hair he has on the top of his head black, don't forget that man is in his mid to late 60s, right? He will, he's not going to be coaching too much longer, man. He's getting old. He's getting old. I do expect him to at some point transition into a front office role, but AP said my 1991 console, the gray plastic is now yellow. Yeah, I've seen that. I for sure have seen that. I have an old Game Boy Color. Where is that thing? Oh, there it is. I have an old Game Boy Color. This was more like a neon green. So look, I could actually, maybe you could see it on camera. I could show you the difference here. Oh, I had the timer taken too far down, I think. Lively is at the foul line. Oh, no, I didn't. We caught up. Just under 7 minutes. Lively knocks down his first free throw. So I had to replace the back, so that's what it originally looked like, and this is what it looks like now. I guess it's not too different, but the coloration is, in person you could really see it. The coloration is really different. The green is way darker now than what it was supposed to be. Yak said, Tom is my age, not old at all. No offense, big dog. No offense, Yak. No offense. Lively knocked down both of his free throws. Campaign gets a layup to go on the other end. 105-89. 6:30 to go. Time winding down, y'all. Time winding down. Yak said, Josh Hart comes up with a steal and throws it down with two hands. 14-point game. Yak said, we would have gotten Bridges for nothing in 2 years, is my problem. 5 first for 2 years, and we would have had Dante for those 2 years. They made the Bridges trade because Bridges is supposed to be a lockdown defender and a knockdown three-point shooter. And he's been none of those things, you know? That's why they made the Bridges trade. Dinwiddie driving it down, leaves it off for Lively, who gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. You know, and they weren't going to wait 2 years because who knows what happens in 2 years. Like, if you see a player who you think could help you win a championship, you go get them right now. Go get them right now. 2 years is too far out. 1 year, okay, we could talk about that. You can't wait 2 years. What if Brooklyn trades him to Philly? Right? What if Brooklyn trades him to Milwaukee? What if Brooklyn trades him to out west to a team that really wanted him? Now you're not getting him at all because now he's signing an extension to whatever team he got traded to. So you can't wait on it. Every team in the league wanted Mikal Bridges when he was in Brooklyn. Every single team. All 29 teams. And the Knicks were the team that put all the picks on the table. And they were like, fine, take them all. That's what Brooklyn was asking for. And they also got taxed because they're the Knicks, the crosstown rivals. That's what they were asking for. So the Knicks were like, fine, take them. Because we think we're at that stage where we're pushing all our chips in the table. And we think an elite 3-and-D wing to put alongside OG Anunoby is going to be destructive. And you know what? It hasn't been. And, you know, the team is going to have to pivot in some way at some point. Or Mikal Bridges is going to end up having to play better. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's 107-93 now. A little over 5 minutes to go, and Kyrie knocks down a pull-up three over Josh Hart. AP said, I got my NES, my Super NES, my original Game Boy, and my Sega Genesis. I wish I still had my own consoles. I still have... They're not as old as those. I still have my old GameCube. I still have my Nintendo Wii. But when I was a younger kid, I got rid of all my older consoles. I got rid of my Nintendo 64. I got rid of my PlayStation 1 and 2. You know, like I traded them in for GameStop. Like, oh, if I trade it in, I can get a new game. You know, and traded in all my old games. I wish I still had them. Anunoby driving it in. They gave him the easy layup. This game's been over for a while, y'all. Karen said, weird MSG calendar has Saturday's game on Sunday at 6 p.m. Yeah, they've been giving us these weird start times. 6 p.m. on Sundays, it's the next weekend game. Dinwiddie driving it down, cross-court pass to Washington, who puts up a corner three and splashes it. They've been red hot from three tonight, man. (25-26) says, teams have blown 15-point leads in 5 minutes before. Yeah, but not when your team is playing this poorly and when Dallas is making all these shots. Towns gets a foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 4 minutes to go. AP said, Mikal Bridges looks like he's not helping the Knicks win the NBA Jam. Yeah, Mikal, I can't say confidently that there's been too many games this year where Mikal has been a really involved player in helping the team get the win. Can't say. I could say that about Towns. I could say that about Brunson. I could say that about Hart. I could say that about Anunoby. I could say that about Deuce McBride. I could say that about Campaign. Hell, I could say that about Ariel Hukporty. The only one I could say about Mikal Bridges is the second game of the season where he went off against Indiana. It's the only one. It's the only one. Hinahara said, the problem is the talent valuation. I didn't want Mikal. I thought everyone misread his ability, and I seem right about now. The thought process with Mikal was, look, he was second in Defensive Player of the Year voting when he was in Phoenix, his last full season in Phoenix. You know, he was the centerpiece of a Kevin Durant trade, and the thought was, well, he slowed down in the way he played because he was on a terrible Brooklyn team and was miscast as the number one option. And so if you have him back on a team, as Anunoby puts up a three and can't get it to go, if you have him back on a team where he's not the first option, he's at best the third option, and on some nights going to be the fourth option, then you're going to get the level of defense that he played back in Phoenix. And the issue is it seems like it's just gone. The defense seems gone. For whatever reason. Brunson coming to his left. Hang dribble, driving it down, mid-range pull-up jumper. Gets it to go. It is 113.99. 14-point game. 3.5 to go. AP said, I mean, you can still get those, but mine are actually originals. I never trade away. I keep all my stuff. I still got my Voltron toy from 1985. Yeah, I mean, look, I lived in an era. I grew up in an era with GameStop where it was like they were encouraging kids to come in and trade your stuff in for money, and then you can buy a new game. And so, like, it got me. It got pretty much everybody from my generation. Like, very few people from my generation have their old consoles. Marshall can't get the floater to go. Brunson did knock down a floater on the other end. It's 15 to 115, 101. Still 14-point game. Brunson driving it down, gets a floater to go. Kyrie throws a lob to Lively for an easy basket on the other end. AP said now he's on a terrible Knicks team. Well, well, part of the reason why they're struggling is because Mikal isn't stepping up. You know, that wasn't the case previously. No defense is being played here in the final 2 minutes. It's 117-105. The score isn't going to look too bad, but the Knicks have trailed by 20 pretty much all game long. It's been bad. Kyrie has it up top against Bridges, stepping back on him, puts up a jumper, splashes it. Keenahara said, yeah, but I never bought that nonsense about it being the Nets' fault. I get it. I mean, I was pushing narratives last year about Dante DiVincenzo being better than Bridges anyway. So I'm right there with you. Najee Marshall gets a dunk on the other end as they block Karl Anthony Towns at the basket. 105, 121. AP said Tibbs needs to change the damn lineup. That is not going to happen. Eugenio Reyes said, what happened to OG after scoring 40? You got 8 tonight. OG's not a self-creator. And the Knicks didn't really create any advantages tonight. In order to create an advantage, you have to make shots. Nobody really made shots. And so no advantages were created for OG, so he didn't really get anything open. And he had to create for himself. OG's not a self-creator. Ricardo said, if we could just have T-Mac right now, this lead is easily erased. Yeah, back down when it was 12. Yeah, you're right. His 13 points in 35 seconds. If only. My favorite player of all time, Tracy McGrady. AP says, do you remember when GameStop was Funko Land? I do not. By the time I was like going to GameStop to buy games, it was just straight up GameStop. The gaming industry was rolling at that point. Yak said, damn, we just need a paint protector. They're on their way, Yak. They're on their way. Sucks we got to wait this long, but Precious Achiuwa, last I heard, they're targeting I believe Sunday's game is the target, their first home game when they're back in New York. So hopefully we only have one more game without Precious. Hopefully. We'll see. Yak said already in the fourth too. Yeah, he was a complete non-factor tonight offensively. Complete non-factor. As a matter of fact, that's not true. He was a complete net negative offensively tonight. Slipped and fell everywhere, turned the ball over a bunch. It was terrible. Didn't make a shot. I believe it's like, 0 for 7 from 3? 0 for 8 tonight from three-point range. 3 for 15 overall. 3 for 9 from Bridges. He has 17. Towns, 7 for 15 from the floor, 25 points, 14 boards, 4 assists. Brunson, 31, 3 and 7. He was 12 for 19. He was the only player who had anything going tonight. Josh Hart with 12. Payne with 6. McBride with 5. We just didn't have anything. 6 for 28 from 3. Dallas is 15 for 31. They hit a bunch of contested threes. They also generated a ton of open looks from 3. Just not a good night. Not a good night. No excuse for it. Dutch B said, it wasn't fun, guys. Catch y'all Friday. I'm out. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Dutch B. It's unfortunate. This is the lasting memory the Knicks are going to give us before the holiday. Unfortunate. Unfortunately. Hendrick Ray says, if you're the only team playing your starters the whole game, every game, you're not winning any games. Is that how you also felt last year, big dog? When Tom Thibodeau was playing his starters every minute, every game, but they actually won and won 50 games last year? Like, come on, dog. What are we doing? Brunson gets fouled by Kyrie. 1:24 to go. It is a 16-point deficit. AP said Tracy McGrady, another player the Knicks got when he was washed up. Yeah, man, and I was young then. I was a kid. And funny story about that. I was super hyped about it because he was my favorite player of all time. Of course I was. I was a kid. I didn't know nothing about him being washed. I was like, oh, the Magic is going to come back when he puts the Knicks jersey on. He's going to be great. And then his first game, if you guys remember, his first game he went off. He had like 26, and we won the game. Of course, that Knicks team was terrible. We won the game, and it's funny because my friend was over that night. And, of course, like I'm entertaining my friends. So we're like playing games, and I believe we were like playing with cards or something. And I was just like not paying attention to him. I was watching the game. And he was like, do you just want to sit here and watch the game? And I was like, no, let's play, man. Let's play. I'm sorry. And the whole time I was just like, huh? Watching the game, watching Tracy McGrady go off. And at some point he was just like, dude, let's put this stuff away. Let's just watch the game, I guess. This game's over. I'm going to let the timer tick off. It's 121-107. This is annoying, having to sit here and wait for this. Ricardo said, at least the 20 assists still live. Is that what they have tonight? The Knicks have 24 assists. Oh, no, that's Dallas. The Knicks have 19 assists. It's not still alive. They need one more assist. Hendrick Ray says, that's why he needs to go. Because he won 50 games last year doing that? That's why he needs to go, Hendricks? Come on, dog. Nick Yak said Chevy has to now go prepare his turkey. Turkey's prepared, man. Turkey's prepared. Just got to be popped in the oven in the morning. We work in advance in this household, brother. Lost to the Mavs without Luka. They also lost to the Mavs without Luka last year. They also lost to the Mavs without Luka last year. I mean, I've thoroughly complained about this performance all night long. I don't got much to say. I don't got much left to say. We're just going to wait till the timer ticks off and end this tonight. Hendrick says, because his players ended up hurt and Brunson broke his wrist. Ah, yes. Brunson broke his wrist because Thibodeau played him too many minutes. How could he? Julius Randle separated his shoulder because Thibodeau played him too many minutes. How could he? Joel Embiid injured Mitchell Robinson because Tom Thibodeau played him too many minutes. How many of these injuries were Tom Thibodeau's fault, Hendricks? Your argument's starting to fall apart, brother. Ricardo said the red velvet outfit now has three strikes. Sheffy, he has to go. Yeah, we're going to have to put it away for a little bit. It will make a return. It will make a return, but it's got to maybe the second half of the season. Maybe it'll make its return for Mitch's debut. Maybe we'll put it away. We'll bring it back out for Mitch's debut. Because it'll feel like a new season at that point, right? Hendrick said it happened in garbage time. Which one? Which one? I gave you like 4 injuries. The Embiid injuring Mitchell Robinson one? Nah, that didn't happen in garbage time. The Brunson breaking the wrist one? Nah, that didn't happen in garbage time. The Randall separating his shoulder? Nah, that didn't happen in garbage time. The Miami Heat had all their starters on the court. It was like an 11-point game with 4 minutes to go in the fourth. It wasn't garbage time, my brother. AP said it's not the injuries. Tibbs has more than enough to win. He does. We just saw the same exact team score 145 points the other night against Denver and dismantle them. You know? Yak said Tibbs gave OG bone spurs. You can't put that out there, Yak. We can't go through injuries like that. Also, bone spurs is not a injury that occurs from overuse. Grimes going to put up a 3 at the end of the game and knock it down. What is it? 109, 126. Just make sure we get our score right. 40 seconds to go. Brunson in the paint. He's going to lay it up and in. Ken Hart said Tibbs plays people too many minutes and look, hurricane hits Florida. Hendricks Reyes says all of them. He kills what Leon is trying to do. Brother, which one happened in garbage time? We just went through 4 injuries that you said were the cause of Tom Thibodeau, and none of them were the cause of Tom Thibodeau. Hendrick Ray says every team scores over 100 points on the Knicks, win or lose. You should look at the team averages. Every team scores over 100 points against every team. Sharon McLean, what's up, Sharon? She said bring it back when Clyde is wearing the red velvet suit. I can't predict it. Right? So I would already be on stream. I'd have to make an outfit change at the start of the stream. But maybe. 25-26, Grimes dropped 21 on us. Yeah, a couple of those came in garbage time. A bunch of those came in garbage time. He really had like 12 points going into the fourth quarter. He dropped 12 on us. He dropped 12. This game wasn't very close. Yak said our paces has increased, so defensive scoring goes up. Everyone's paces has increased. If we go through team points per game, I don't think there's a single team in the league who averages less than 100 points. Actually, I can look at it right now. The worst one in the East is Philly at 105. The worst one in the West is New Orleans at 104. Literally every team scores over 100 points, my man. Casey said, hopefully they learn from this and adjust to tighter defenses. Yeah, I mean, a lot can be chucked up to they just played very poorly tonight. I don't think it was a scheme thing. I don't think it was an effort thing. I think they just were very bad offensively. I think they made poor decisions, and I think they missed a ton of open shots. Right? Like we went through it at halftime. How many layups did they miss tonight? I can't really give them the tired on the road trip excuse. They decimated Denver the other night. I can't give you that. I can't. So you're just going to have to take your lumps. This is definitely a down on the roller coaster ride. Hopefully we come back up against Charlotte on Friday, but I know it's going to leave a sour taste in our mouth for our Thanksgivings. But if you do celebrate Thanksgiving, I wish you a happy holiday. I hope you and your families have a great day tomorrow. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys on Friday. AP said, I just don't like the NBA anymore. I don't know what to tell you, big dog. I don't know what to tell you. Karen said, I'm off to another game. Have a happy Thanksgiving all. Appreciate you, Karen. Appreciate you, AP. I appreciate you, Yak. K Hazy, everybody. Ricardo. Kinahara. 25-26 champs. Hendrix Reyes. Sharon McLean. Everyone who was in the chat tonight. I know that fourth quarter sucked to watch. Of course, we stick around to the final buzzer. And I'll see you guys on Friday when we take on Charlotte. With hopefully, they have a bounce back performance. Because Lord knows they need it. Right? Very similar sentiment after the Utah game. But I'll see you guys then. I'm out. Bye.